Shalom. Where we at with it? How everybody doing? Everybody all right? Y'all can do Q&A. What's good, y'all? Let's do some Q&A. How y'all doing? That's the best you can do. Free Dr. York. Facts. Do I know about master numbers? I do. What do you want to know? Remember, you can master numbers, by the way. So let's say, for instance, if I give you 11, 22, and 33 as master numbers, all right, that's what I gave you. But you can also put a frequency or a placeholder on a number yourself. There was a science I was taught when I was younger that allowed for me to be able to see things like if I saw a 4, for instance, not just the number 4, how you might see it drawn out as the open 4, right? If it was closed, if I saw a closed 4, which to y'all probably be facing the other way. If I saw a closed 4, what I would do was I would close my left eye, right? And I would wait until I saw a 5. And when I saw the 5, then I would open my left eye. You know what I'm saying? Or I would close my right eye. And then until I saw another 5, I would close or open my right eye. All right, so we put frequencies to the numbers. We let the numbers hold a frequency. I still do that sometimes, but one of the key things to do, like I taught people, when you out and about and you see the red, the blue, and the yellow cars next to each other, first of all, it's rare that you see a yellow car, all right? The car that you'll see the most out of the 3 will be the red car, okay? The red will be the more popular car. To see a yellow and a red and a blue car all together at one point in time, that's a rare occasion, you know what I'm saying, or a rare occurrence. So you pay attention to that and you snap 3 times, all right? And each one of those snaps is accounting for each one of those pieces or compartments of that anomaly. You understand, that have their own function and their own frequency. The red, the yellow, the blue have their own function, their own frequency. And you can charge those frequencies with whatever you want to charge them with. But the key thing to be on the lookout for after you snap, because your snapping is you acknowledging that just occurred, okay? And it's been happening a lot lately. I don't know about y'all, but often I've been seeing red, blue, and yellow cars. It happened a whole lot. As a matter of fact, I was watching one of these shows. It was, I can't remember what it was. Cedric the Entertainer, whatever the fuck, new shit that they got going on. And behind him was a red, blue, and a yellow group of cars, toy cars. You know what I'm saying? So I snapped 3 times. Now, until you start doing it, you probably won't understand. Like niggas like, what does it even matter that you're snapping? But once you start activating that, okay, you start realizing from your own acknowledgement, you open up the door. So what do you open up the door for? This is up to you. Do you open up the door for blessings? Do you open up the door for miracles to take place? Do you open up the door for financial advancement? Do you open up the door for a relationship? Whatever it is, you're acknowledging that anomaly, all right, is you communicating with the universe. So when the universe sees it, you communicating with it, or the realm, if you don't like the universe term because it's been spiritualized, if the realm, they're going to finally take that and spiritualize it. If the world you're in or the realm you're in is able to communicate with you, and then it picks up on the fact that you're listening and communicating back, okay, because they sent you a red, blue, and a yellow car, and you snap 3 times. You understand? Okay, then it's going to be like, all right, let's send them another card, another red, blue, and yellow group of cards, and let's see how he responds to that. And he snaps again. Okay, y'all are having a conversation. Okay, so then whatever it is that you will to take place at that time, it starts picking up, you know what I'm saying, in your reality based off of your acknowledgement. Okay, so it's the same thing with the master numbers. If somebody gives you numbers to master, then you master those numbers. You only have 9 in all actuality numbers that you have to master. Okay, the 0, that circle, which is called a cipher, all right, which is like the word cipher, like I explained to you, the holy book. That zero, that cipher is a reminder that you have to master these numbers. Because in order to use a cipher, you got to what? Learn how to decode. You understand? And when you're decoding, you're also deciding. Don't ever forget that, because I broke that down in the How to Speak Elite teachings. Okay, before the book. As a matter of fact, I ain't even pin the damn comment for the book. So let me see if I can get that real quick. Right? But I remember telling people, author and authority go hand in hand. All right? So when you pick up that pen and you start writing something, all right, or you pick up that magic wand and you start writing something as in R-I-T-E, okay, or doing rites or rituals, you have the authority. One of the reasons why they were so fearful about the man called Jesus was because he spoke as someone who had authority, all right? Tahuti had authority. As a matter of fact, Tahuti was the one who taught people how to be authors. You understand? So when you have that authority and you're able to write things into your reality, it's like after you learn how to decode things and you decide that you're going to decode, then the next thing you do is you take a number and you give it a value. You know what I mean? Or you take a number and you can do what they were doing with the algebra, all right, is you can take that number and give it a value of a letter or any other sigil and let that sigil hold value. So anytime you see this sigil or this letter, you know what it means in your reality. You don't have to tell anybody, okay? Or when you, okay, let me tell you an example of something. If you're trying to decide whether or not you can make a decision about something and you don't know where you're going left or right, okay, you can say, well, if I need to do this, then somebody's going to mention a hammer to me in the next 7 days. All right. I'm not going to provoke it. Okay. I'm not going to encourage it. I'm not even going to suggest it. Somebody's going to come around and say the word hammer. All right. And then your friend hits you up and say, yo, we finna go to the club. We finna get hammered. All right. Now, you know your answer. That's your confirmation. Okay, some of y'all do it different ways. Some of y'all might use tarot cards. Some of y'all might go to, the pastor, the preacher, or your grandmother get a prayer for you. Some of you might go see a spiritual advisor. Some of you might meditate and breathe and think on it. All right, some of you might just make a decision, and it don't take you that damn long, and you don't need all this extra stuff to help you get to a decision. Somehow, somewhere, though, there are certain pieces of information that we can access that we may not have been able to confirm by ourselves. All right, or may not have been in a conscious state to be able to accept that confirmation as it existed, as it was. All right, so sometimes we rely on or go back to ask and lean on somebody else's channel to get the information that we were looking for. Okay, so never forget that numbers are sigils. Never forget that numbers hold a specific value for a specific purpose, for a specific reason. So if you ask me, do I know about master numbers? Yes, I mastered numbers. And you master 1 through 9. All right. You should be able to know what every number represents. You should have given it some type of value by now. All right. Whether you say the 1 is that first step, like in the journey within, Dr. Malachi Zior explained, every journey begins with 1 step. All right. The number 1 is a decision itself. Okay. To travel. All right. Number 1 is you being an entered apprentice. All right. Number 1 is you being 1 year old in that order. And you saying, okay, now I'm ready to take on that life. Okay. 2 is a death. You say, how is 2 a death? I thought 2 was reverse. Exactly. What you think is a death would actually be a reversal. Because if you were to go from 9 down to 1, all right, that next placeholder would be the 0, okay, which is that cipher. And then you go down a negative plane, if you would go anywhere, which would be -1, -2, all the way to -9. All right. Other than that, there are no other numbers. You only have 9 numbers. So in all actuality, you put in that negative right there next to that number, or that integer, is to say that you're assuming that it's changing a value. You understand? So your dying doesn't mean that you actually changed or altered. It just means you went into another reality. So the version of yourself that you were before you died is no longer there. You understand? You're in another. It's like when you wake up from a dream. Okay? Whoever you were in that dream is no longer there. All right? Or you're not consciously observing that being. All right? So the number 2 is saying a reversal or a death. Okay, the moment you done took that step and moved on to 2, all right, now you done died. And now you're becoming a new being, you're reversing. Okay, and death isn't negative where we come from. All right, as far as the adepts, how I was raised as an inductee, death wasn't a negative thing. Death was an opportunity. Okay, so the number 3, they say 3 is a magic number. Well, why is 3 the magic number? Because you can't do magic without understanding the first, second, and third point. All right, or the truth, the life, and the way. Or the first, second, and third point. That pyramid that has to be active when you, as an adept, all right, or a worker, or a magician, or a musician, is putting in the works. This has to be active. All right. And without that cross or pyramid active, then you can't do the grand works or the magnum opus. You understand? So 3 is a magic number. That's why you have 3 the wise men, the Father, Son, the Holy Ghost, the Father, the Mother, the Child, all these different 1, 2, and 3 ideas or concepts that have come, even with Hermes Trismegistus, 3 times great. You know what I'm saying? Or the thrice great, who was Tahuti. Okay, or Tehuti. You with me? So 3 is the magic number. 3 is when you actually start figuring out that you have magic to use, which is often related to spirit, and spirit is often related to information or knowledge. And as we broke down before, you have the car that you can use, and the car is the spirit, and you can use that spirit. All right? By the time you get to the number 4, what is number 4? 4 is a door. All right? It rhymes. 4 is a door. And as I said, 4 is a closed door. And all it takes is a key, okay, which is a piece of information or a gem to open that door to get to that 5 or that 5th point. All right. Now, why am I explaining this? Because most of the time the key is referred to as a password. All right. A password. And I'm not saying it like that for no reason. Because when you're saying pa in ancient Kemetic language, nuwapu, you're saying pa, you're saying the. All right. And sword is S word. Okay. So pa, sword is saying the S word or the sacred word. What is the password? What is the secret word? Before you had people put it in the passcodes or passwords in their phone as a few numbers you had to dial in, the passwords were uttered. All right. And if you didn't receive the password from mouth to ear, you wouldn't have known what the passwords were. Are you with me? So when somebody gives you that utterance or that sacred tongue, all right, or that sacred lingo, that's why lingo is kept sacred amongst brothers and sisters. All right. You can walk around somebody and speak a certain lingo. Niggas don't know what the fuck you're saying. The word lingo is coming from that word lingua, and lingua means a tongue. All right. And a tongue means a language. So you had a double-edged sword, meaning you have somebody who can speak as a bilingual person, speak the language of the darkness and the light. Okay? So for somebody who comes through with the password, they're literally holding a sword, which is a sacred word, all right? And they keep that word sacred. That's why we say there actually are no sacreds. There are no secrets, okay? Because anything that is known is known. All right? And remember, Alim. Okay, the all-knowing. Allah is all-knowing. God is all-knowing. Source is all-knowing. The master teacher, the original master teacher, the supreme grand master teacher, Tahuti, is all-knowing. He knew everything that there was to know about the information that he gave human beings to know, as well as the Netaru, as you call them, or the Natharu, or Najaru, all right, or the overseers, or the gods, or the grandmasters who came before any of these things were set up. Are you with me? So if we were to make it to that 5th point, we have to understand what the 4 points are. All right? Fire, earth, wind, water. Okay, so those are your 4 elements. And I explained to you with the alchemy, it's saying it's meant for Ella, and Ella is a god. Okay, go look it up. ILAH. All right, it's meant for the Ella. You have to have the God mind or the mind of God in order to master these, like Avatar. And remember the cartoon Avatar, as Avatara means somebody who descends and incarnates into a body. Okay, like we broken down before. Avatara had somebody who was able to not only master the 4 elements, okay, because he was in tune with that ruh, or that spirit, or that wind force, okay, which really is the 5th point. Okay, a lot of people might think it's just the air, but it's a 5th point. Because he was in tune with that, when it came time for him to learn the other arts and the other crafts, it wasn't hard for him to do it. All right, so what is it? You have 4 points: the fire, the water, the earth, and the air. Okay, but a 5th point, as we're taught in the Wiccan order, all right, is referred to as spirit, or the 5th element. And the 5th element is the element of the divine. They had a movie called 5th Element, and it was all about the divine. All right, so once you understand that divinity and you realize why magicians are able to work with those 4 elements, okay, do you see how we could go on a million years and explain each of these steps through the numbers to making it up to the 9. That's why I told you, go listen to Miguel's song, the number 9. Literally go listen to it. It's called Number 9. And he says everybody has to return, all right, up until that 9, and everybody has to return to the dust. Same thing I was saying in my books, okay, when I broke down the Genesis chapter 2, verse 7, of the man being formed out of the dust of the ground, spirit being breathed into him, all right, and then he became a living soul. This is a process from the ground up, all right, and the highest height that you can reach, or the most high Ilian that you can reach in the earth plane, according to what mankind is able to fathom, is the number 9. That's why the number 9 in the ancient Kemetic teachings or the ancient Egyptian teachings was 100%. Go look it up. All right, you'll see the 100% as the number 9. So this was saying complete, full. All right, and if anybody was able to fathom that, then you had a whole different key. So when you went into another reality, let's say you mastered Christianity. Okay, you became one of the 9 of the Christians. All right, let's go into Islam. Okay, you mastered Islam. You become one of the 9 of the Muslims. All right, But it's not that after you get to the 9, you're going to 10 or 11, because if you really know, that's the highest rank that you could have reached in that order. Okay, so you had certain ones of us who came through and we reached the highest ranks that you can reach in whatever order we touch. Like Dr. Malachi Z. York, as a matter of fact, I don't know anybody else who did it actually and went through all the different stages and all the different steps and reached the highest rank. He didn't just go into Islam, he became Imam Asa, high rank. You know what I'm saying? He didn't just go into Masonry. Not only he became the Supreme Grand Master at Tumray, all right, the Grand Hierophant, Grand Potentate, okay, the highest levels, he actually established his own lodge. Same thing with Christianity. He didn't just go into Christianity and teach Christianity from his house. He teach Christianity as Reverend Dr. Malachi Z. York became a reverend. All right. So in all of these schools that he went into, he went up to the top, which meant that he was walking with what? A 9 mind. All right. And again, it takes the God's mind, okay, or the mind of God to be able to use these elements to activate that 5th element, which is your spirit, where you truly get to prove that you're worthy of the next steps. And then you have to fight the devil. Okay. Now, a lot of people don't like to think that the 6 is that devil, but the 6 is when you go into the darkness. And what happens when people go into the darkness? First of all, the reason why they warn everybody in any superhero movie ever, okay, that to whom much is given, much is required, or with great power comes great responsibility, means that because you have this power, you're able to respond to any type of threat, any type of situation or issue, all right, on a greater level than anybody that didn't have the power will be able to respond. Okay, you have a responsibility. You have great responsibility, not just responsibility. So you're able to respond to a higher degree. You understand? What most people tend to do when they access that type of power without having the discipline, meaning they didn't take up their cross, all right, and walk as a disciple and actually endure to secure that power. Some people be given these pieces of power or gems or pieces of information prematurely, all right, before they were approved or brought on or doctored in, okay, if you want to say it like that, but you know doctor means to falsify. Okay, so brought in to a higher order, a lot of these people access this information and they started to do what? Turn dark. So what happens to a lot of the conscious community people or spiritual community people or people who want to find out more about Christianity and Islam or any of the religions or spiritual walks that they've been brought up in, even in African spirituality? What happens to most people? Most people, as soon as they get a little information, they go to 666 and they get stuck there, right? That's where they stop. They say, what? We're carbonated beings. All right, that's why I explained, no, that's a trick, because everybody's carbonated. Everybody has carbon in them. As a matter of fact, everyone's melanated. And you say that to the average person who's out here running their mouth, they don't even know what they're talking about. Okay, they'll think you crazy. No, everyone has melanin. Go find me one human being that doesn't have melanin, which is a carbon compound. Go find me one human being go find me one living being that doesn't have the carbon in them. All right, so no, it's a whole trick. They trap people in the 6 ether. All right, and at the same time, these same people who were saying we're 666, they're the same ones going around talking about non-ether. And they don't understand there's a difference. There's a large difference. And it means that somebody walked to the dark force. Somebody walked to the positive side or the light force or the bright force. Okay, somebody went over there with the Decepticons and somebody went over there with the Autobots. All right, that's what we're really trying to express to you when we tell you these things. What types of works are you going to do? Are you going to do the works to keep people little up under you? Or are you going to do the works to make it be that people overstand what you're saying and they get big and they come up there where you at? Are you with me? So master numbers. If you ask me about the master, you master them yourself. And every number is a sigil. Every event that takes place in your life is a sigil. All right. Everybody that comes into your life as a name, their name is a sigil. Their name has a purpose. Their name is a symbol. What they were wearing when they met you is a symbol. All right. It depends on how you are able to use it, whether or not you can understand it. OK, but once you figured out that you can use it, then you'll know how to use it. All right. So what else I got for me? Master numbers. You master them yourself. As I stop speaking right there, what do we have? 111. You with me? Some of y'all might notice that I'll get to talking about the 144,000 and then the numbers will go like 144. All right. Or some, these synchronicities, as you call them, okay, which go way beyond coincidence. Once you start realizing that, you say everything is to be played with. That's why I say life is a video game. But you have to understand the game so you go beyond the video or the 6 guy. Or you get trapped under their reality as Sophia or Baphomet, and you start lingering the rest of the Nodites, or the ones who follow at the Nod, or in the land of Nod, okay, which means they're wandering or going to sleep. That's why I tell you, if you say the land of Nod, that means you're going to sleep. Nod off. That's going to sleep. You with me? So what y'all got for me? How do I better my reading ability? Vocabulary test. You don't have to, listen, you don't even have to be in school for that. Go to YouTube, Do vocabulary tests. You know what I mean? Go to get a dictionary, start reading. Get an encyclopedia, start reading. All right? Challenge yourself. Go back to where you left off. If somebody was teaching you how to sound words out, all right, go back to that. Okay? Read more. All right? Human beings are creatures of habit. So a lot of the things, even as a speaker myself, if I can speak well, that means I've been speaking for a long damn time. I didn't just start speaking yesterday. You with me? So that means I put thought and time into the art of speaking and being able to portray a message and get a message to people. Okay, so then if you need to be able to read better, you got to read more. I'm a freestyler. I freestyle rap. Okay? Well, I had to freestyle a lot to be able to get to the point of being able to freestyle rap how I can now. You understand? Where you don't mess up and you're just able to rap. You say, damn, how did you do that? A lot of practice. Okay, well, even reading, it took that same type of practice for all of us. And to have an extensive vocabulary, you still have to practice. And you have to research more words. And you can't get comfortable. All right? You don't want to get comfortable anyway. So if you're asking how you can read better, you already know you want to become better at it. So you're not trying to be comfortable. So start taking more vocabulary tests. All right? YouTube courses of ELA. I promise you there's 1,000 people teaching exactly what you're looking for. Okay? Go back and learn again how to read. And once you figure it out, it's challenging. It's more challenging for others. Okay? Some things are more challenging for others. But once you start doing it, do it more often. Dedicate 3 hours a day to reading. All right? By this time next year, you'll be on a higher level of reading. Okay? And read out loud. And record yourself reading out loud and listen to yourself back. Okay? Study tonality. All right? Study public speaking. Believe it or not, public speaking and reading go hand in hand. You with me? You can have public speakers who will read a speech. You say, this shit sound written. All right? Then you have public speakers who we could be speaking. You don't know the shit written. Because I could be reading this shit right there. Are you working for God or with God? Does getting a broad view or different, you know what I'm saying? And it's the way that we, so public speaking and reading go hand in hand. You with me? So just continue to study ELA, vocab, and take these tests and take yourself back through the schools and keep practicing. If you got to read, I don't know if it's first grade, second grade, third grade, fourth grade books, fifth grade books, okay, go look up some of those stories and start reading those again. But I'm telling you what you can do. Read books out loud and record yourself and listen to yourself back. All right? And compare yourself as you go. All right? Compare those read alouds as you go to hear how you sound. You say, damn, I could do this better. And that's why I say study public speaking. Go look into something called Toastmasters. I actually taught that at Carver High School in 2018. I taught for 8 weeks, so I did a 2-month course, right? And I taught public speaking to high schoolers. All right, so what you could do is study Toastmasters. Go and enroll in one of the Toastmasters program, and they're going to teach you public speaking. It didn't matter if you had the highest reading level or anything. They're going to still teach you the points that you need so that when you are reading aloud, you'll know what to do to express, and you'll hear yourself. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with everything else. Once you have a reference and you want to get better, you can advance upon that reference or build upon that reference. Y'all with me? What do you get help? I'm trying to see. This shit is passing by fast. Let's see. Where do you get help or guidance while going through an awakening when everyone around you would just tell you to go to a psych ward? Well, you're here. You got help or guidance right here. You got help or guidance in the mirror. Because why do you want to do this? You know what I mean? Listen, you could be doing anything. You could be a thug on the streets. All right. You could have been in prostitution. You could have just went to the strip club and just chilled there every damn Wednesday and Saturday. Right? You could have been doing anything. You could have just pigged out and said, fuck life. But for some reason, you said, I want to pursue awakening. Whatever it meant to you. It means a million things now. But whatever it meant to you, you said you wanted to do this. Okay? So a lot of times that help you'll find is in the mirror. I was just saying this the other day. I said, I don't really have anybody. For the certain things that I go through, certain things that I'm trying to figure out, I'm having all kinds of experiences. They made sure that the only person who could answer my questions I wasn't able to access him. Okay, that's Dr. Malachi York. So a lot of y'all have questions for me, and I'm able to give you these answers, but I don't have people that I can ask certain things of because they've spiritualized everybody. You know what I'm saying? So when I get to this level, I'm figuring certain things out. I remember trying to explain to people that I was waking up, and I could literally see with my eyes closed, and people were trying to tell me I was on shrooms. And I'm like, I don't do shrooms. They said, well, what would you do? Were you daydreaming? I said, nigga, I just told you what I was doing. Let me try it again. I woke up. My eyes were closed, and I could see everything around me. I could see the people who were coming. I called my brother into my room to bear witness. I called my mother in my room to bear witness because I could hear them when I was waking up. I say, look, come look. All right, I can see where you at. I'm looking right at you. And my mama literally tried to move, right? And we have carpet. This was about a year ago. She was trying to move left and right to see if I could follow her. And she was like, what, are you hearing me? I said, I'm looking right at you. You're walking on carpet. I don't hear you. You know what I mean? But I could see her whole silhouette. It was a whole different, nobody knew what the fuck I was talking about. It took me a long time to find somebody who even could relate to it. It was some Caucasoid dude who, I don't remember what his name was, but he was talking about it since like 2017, which is around the time that it happened for me the first time. The first time it happened for me was 2018. Nobody else didn't know what the hell I was talking about. You know what I'm saying? So my point is sometimes it takes for you to look in that mirror, all right? Ask yourself, okay? And let yourself vocalize that you are open to receive, okay? Because sometimes we'll be closed off, all right? Let yourself vocalize, I'm open to receive, and you may come in contact with a version of yourself, all right, literally sometimes, that is able to give you that nugget or that gem that helps you get to that next level, all right? Other than that, look for master teachers or teachers. The only master teacher we have right now and ever had really is Dr. Malachi Z. York. That's the only master teacher. But he's not the only person who taught things, okay? So if you're looking for different teachings, you look for different subjects, all right, then you go research and see what it is that you're looking for. If you want to learn more about the pineal gland, don't watch one video and think you understand it. Try to get some cross-references and go back and forth and see what the commonalities are. And then you put your own research together, all right? And don't just research spiritual videos, okay, because it'll end up messing you up. That's where you send yourself to a psychic war. You got to research the science behind everything it is. Okay, so if somebody talking about this third eye, shit, you actually need to go study the actual functionalities of the pineal gland. You need to understand that the pineal gland transduces light. Okay, you need to understand that the pineal gland is responsible for the production of melatonin. Okay, these are the things you need to know. The pituitary gland, all right, as far as the mammary glands and how they work hand in hand and allow for women to be able to feed their children and nurture their children. All right, you need to know the different parts of the brain when people talk about consciousness. So I would say study neuroscience. If you don't want to lose yourself in this, then don't mystify it. All right, anything you put your hands on, go look at the actual science to it. All right, you need to find out where does the actual science, what would a scientist who doesn't believe in any of this have to say about any of these things that we're speaking about. That's the approach you should take. Okay, if you feel like something you believe in can't be debunked, all right, then you haven't tried hard enough. Okay, because everything can be debunked. Anything can be debunked. It doesn't mean that when somebody debunks some shit, that means it's false. It means that niggas will, people will argue anything. All right. So what I do often is when I'm figuring some things out, I start looking at, okay, what would somebody say? What types of questions would people have to ask me about this? Right. If I bring forth this piece of information, this is one of the ways I was able to victor all across Clubhouse. Because motherfuckers don't think I didn't come on Clubhouse just to run my mouth. So when niggas ask me a question, I was the motherfucker who I thought you'd never ask. Because I already got a list of those questions. I thought about those questions. And I thought about 10 answers for each and every one of those questions. Because I give a fuck about what I'm teaching. You know what it forces you to do? It forces you to prove yourself wrong before another motherfucker can. Right? It's a better feeling for one, okay? And it's more useful for you on this journey where it's a solo journey anyway. You know what I mean? Because a motherfucker can try to prove you wrong. That don't mean you got to accept what they said. All right? A motherfucker can try to prove you wrong in front of a crowd of people. You don't got to give a fuck what them people said. Okay? So your goal is to become sharper. All right? And becoming sharper means that you're going to have to do things sometimes you don't want to do. And let me tell you one of those things, especially on this walk. One of the things you're going to have to do that you may not want to do is be wrong. Prepare to be wrong. And be humble enough, okay, not to men and not to women and not to being the wrong thing, but be humble enough that you were able to experience being wrong so that you could be right. Because you got people who've been wrong their whole life and don't know they're wrong. You got people who going to be waiting on something and they ain't going to come. And they don't know that they're going to take that patience over into another reality and they'll still be waiting. They don't know that. Some of y'all may understand what I'm saying. Some of you may not. But some people have been waiting and will continue to wait because they're waiting for the image of a person that never existed. They're waiting for a person to show up that, listen, when the person who they looking for show up, they wouldn't know we here because they waited on a whole different image of person. Are you listening to what I'm telling you? So they haven't been given the opportunity to be wrong. How would they have been given the opportunity to be wrong? before they passed over, one of us or one of these beings would have come through and presented themselves, all right, or revealed themselves, a great revelation, all right, or a disclosure. Let's say a craft comes down, like the children in Rural Zimbabwe. A craft comes down and would have revealed themselves to the adults. And if the adults then try to shoot at them, all right, or try to kill them, then they would have had an opportunity to be right. They were wrong about there not being any extraterrestrials. You know what I mean? They were wrong. And they would have had to see that and realize that. They were wrong about telepathy not being real. Okay? Because those beings were able to telepathically communicate with those children. They were wrong about that. Okay? All right. Well, then the next time they step forward like they know what the fuck they talking about. Okay? Let me tell you something. I was wrong about hell. I was wrong. I was so wrong about hell before the year 2021. Because I was one of those people who was saying, yeah, so you got the hell as a state of mind. Right? Until they let me go down there. What did I just say? They let me go down into hell. And I passed through so many levels before getting there. I even did the class with a young elder. Okay, what and where is hell? And when I went down there, let me tell you something. Hell is real. Now, do you know that? No, you don't. You can still tell me it's all a state of mind. You're wrong. But you haven't been given an opportunity to be wrong yet because they haven't shown you enough and you're not humble enough, even in a state of mind, to be able to say, maybe he's right. You think that because you're saying hell is a state of mind and there is no actual hell, that you must be right. Conviction bias. You say, I can't be so dedicated to this thought and be wrong. Yes, you can. Okay? Any thought that we've ever been dedicated to, we could be wrong about tomorrow. Listen, the sky could turn green tomorrow and the grass could turn blue. And if you wake up in the AM and I walk in and say, what color is the sky? And you say blue, I say, you wrong. You're like, nigga, you're stupid. It's blue. It's always been blue. That doesn't mean it's still blue. Everything you think you know could change tomorrow. Okay, so on this journey, be prepared to be wrong. All right, and that's a beautiful thing. And don't be afraid to say I don't know, because a lot of motherfuckers who done stepped into this shit, I think that because they done started to say they're woke, they think that means that they can compete with real scholars who actually done dedicated their whole life to this shit. All right, and a scholar would never step out on faith about anything. If we don't know what we're talking about, we doing this. You know what I mean? But we're also not worried about being wrong because you can still be wrong. That's what scientists are. The whole point of, if you were wrong, then you getting a step closer. Now you know what not to do. Scientists see it that way, and I'm a scientist. Okay, so the best advice I can give you on this walk of awakening is be a scientist. Don't fall into that spiritual community bullshit. They don't know what they're talking about. All right? Be a scientist. Okay, Dr. Malachi York said it in the Holy Tablets. He said the next step for a lot of these people, become quantum physicists. All right? Stop falling into this spookism trap. Okay? So be a scientist. Whatever you want to study, actually study it. Now, you can go look into the ancient. If you want to learn some shit, you might as well go back to the ancient ones. All right? And then compare it to the modern day scientists and what's out here now. Now, if you hear different voices, whoever you learn information from, I don't know who you're looking up to in this awakened shit, whatever. If you feel the need to look up to somebody and walk with somebody or follow somebody, whatever you feel the need to do, just make sure you're able to take that information and actually utilize it. Okay? Don't become information drunk. Write it down. Don't become drunk off of good ideas. Because a lot of motherfuckers walking around sloppy, wiping them out and all kind of shit, trying to burp in your face, telling you some shit. And they drunk off some information and they can't even use the shit. You say, get in the car and drive with it. And they crashing. You know what I mean? Don't get information drunk. Okay? Because that happens too. Everything I'm telling you, I've done. It'll happen if you're not careful. All right? And you just got to sober up. Eventually you sober up and say, wait a minute. My first sober up moment was when for a few years, I remember us praying over our food. All right? Most High, I ask that you bless this food that we're about to receive for the health and the nourishment of our bodies. Amen. Right? So one day we had some food on the table. I'm sitting there. Most High, I ask that you bless this food we're about to receive. Actually, we didn't close our hands. We had them open. Most High, I ask that you bless this food we're about to receive. But wait a minute. Everybody else was praying. I said, hold on. Wait. I said, Umi. She said, Tua, which means yeah. I said, what's the difference in what we doing and what these Christian people are doing? The Christian people are praying to a God and they don't know who or what they're praying to. And we say we've risen beyond that Christianity degree, but we're basically doing the same thing, almost using the exact same prayer, but we don't even know who we're praying to. And it shook my mama. I was 9 years old. From then on, I ain't never said grace. I'm like, that don't even... Now, I can be grateful for my food, right? But let's say, people say you bless your food. Oh, yeah, so somebody poison your food. I was like, Most High, ask you bless your food. Okay, still don't... I hope you don't dig in, because it's still poison. You with me? It's a spookism that like people have to get over. Now, you can be grateful for your food. That's really what you're expressing with prayer. You're actually saying you're grateful for the food. So you can be grateful for it, but all that, you're going to bless your food, that's not going to happen. If somebody poisons your food, or it's not going to unprocess your food, it's not going to un-GMO it, it's still going to be food that's not healthy for us if it's not healthy. You know what I mean? Or even if it is healthy, you're not going to alter the state of the food just because you prayed over it. All right, but that's what people are. Now, there is a way that you can send positive energy and all this other stuff. Yeah, that's a different thing, that you can enjoy it and uplift yourself while you're eating, and all that is a pleasant experience. Yeah, but for me, it was, we're doing the same thing that Christians are doing. I can't tell these Christians they don't know what they're talking about, and I don't know what I'm talking about. And I was 9, right? So from then on, I was like, well, I didn't really know where to go from there other than to keep going and keep doing that. Keep finding out what it is inside myself, what it is that I'm doing that isn't going in alignment with what I claim that I'm. That's where you're saying, yo, there's a false sense of righteousness. Okay, well, a lot of people become self-righteous. So avoid that shit too. All right, but after a while, nigga, by the time I was 13, I was only going up. I was only going up. By the time I was 13, that's why when I got on Clubhouse, it was a landslide. Because these motherfuckers they were pre-Ks. I had done all that shit already. I had gone against the Hebrew Israelites. I had gone against the Christians, the Muslims. I had talked about the world history, sociology, physiology, psychology. I had already done that shit. And I had been wrong a million times, and I ain't like that shit. So I'm the type of nigga, when I'm wrong, I'm going to go make sure I ain't wrong again. I'm going to come back and be like, and check this out. And I'm going to be right. You feel what I'm saying? And it creates stronger. That's why you say iron sharpens iron. More people need to be like that instead of wanting to beef with a motherfucker because they've been proven wrong. All right? Or hate a motherfucker they've been proven wrong. Okay, or tell them they ain't in tune with their ancestors and shit like that. You know what I mean? No, it's all actuality. When you stay humble in yourself and humble to the Most High only, okay, and if you don't understand what the Most High is, you can leave it open because you don't have to know it yet, all right? But eventually you will have to bear witness to it. Leave it open and say, whoever the Most High is, or whoever is responsible, or whatever is responsible for me being here. If you go and you find out that it is actually another version of you, that's great. That's great. But for right now, you don't know that there isn't a Most High. So don't close the door. That's what I'm saying. I'm not telling you that for sure you can know that it's a Most High just by listening to me. All right? Or that by sure you can know that they're extraterrestrial just by listening to me. No. All right? But to close the door, that wouldn't make sense. I wouldn't advise that. I'll say it like that. I wouldn't advise you to close the door because that means you see the shit and not know what the fuck you would possibly be looking at. Let the possibility be open. All right? And that way, if they choose to reveal themselves, you'll be ready. You know what I'm saying? You have to be ready. Because what happens when God reveals themselves and they look like dinosaurs? You know what I mean? Because in your mind as a human being, you think dinosaurs, all right, or these reptilian beings meant evil. What if reptilian didn't mean evil? What if there's a reason why you have webs between your fingers? What if there's a reason why still to this day some of you have eczema? What if there's a reason why still to this day you have scales on your skin? What if there's a reason why still to this day people are born with tails? You know what I mean? There's a reason for that. Well, you have reptilian ancestry. Go look it up. They said all of you have reptilian ancestry. And I don't think it's hard for you to understand. Okay? So what if you run into God and they look like the reptilians? And you start running and screaming. And they try to communicate with you and tell you, we're not going to harm you. This is just our genetic makeup. This is just how we look. We just look like this. All right? It's possible. So leave all these possibilities open until you know. Anybody telling you that, listen, the same thing with the George Floyd situation when they told everybody don't watch the Candace Owens documentary. All right, that was stupid. Because if the Candace Owens documentary was false, they should have been telling people to go look at how false the shit is. But for some reason, they didn't even want people to watch the shit. I say anybody that don't want you to look at some shit, there's something about that. They don't even want you to go see if it's true. Right? You can't debunk it because everything that lady pulled out, all right, all them files and documents and receipts and all kind of shit. That's why they told the masses. They literally had a whole campaign said, don't watch the Candace Owens documentary on George Floyd. You feel what I'm saying? That was because they knew once people would have went and seen that shit, they would have found out what the truth was. All right, but anybody who don't want you to see that other possibility, nah, you don't need to listen to them anyway. All right? So what else y'all got for me? What other questions we got? We had the master numbers. We had what to do on the awakening path. We had the how do I become a better reader? All right, what else y'all got? Are you working for God or with God? Does getting a broad view of different religions make you in the gray area rather than black and white? That's a real good question. I don't know which one you want me to answer first, but I'm for sure working with God. Okay, that's the simplest answer for that. I'm working with God as God. You know what I mean? If you can handle that one. And getting a broad view of many different religions will access or expose you to the gray area for sure. All right. It's up to you to figure out how the black and white both come together to create that gray area, but also how the gray area is spawned from the black and white. All right. And go back and study psychology and you'll understand what the gray area is actually speaking about, because you can utilize the gray area. Okay. It's not necessarily a bad thing. Now, if there's too much gray area and not enough black and white, then confusion can be caused. Okay. But if there's too much black and white and not enough gray area, then confusion can be caused. So there has to be a balance. All right. So utilize the gray area to create the black and white, and notice when the black and white can yield a gray area, and just use that gray area to jump between papers. All right. So think of the black and white as literally the white paper with the black ink. All right. Or the black paper with the white ink. All right. And that's a whole article or contract or letter or whatever it is. You have that black and white. All right. That's a document. That's Christianity. Okay. You read all the black and white. You read all the fine print. All right. Now, somebody might ask you a certain question about that document, and you're looking in the document for that answer. You may not find the answer to that question stated explicitly in the document. However, you can use what's referred to as context clues, which operates in that gray area field, okay, to put that black and white to work around itself to find an answer for that person's question. Are you with me? So it's not always explicitly stated. Sometimes it's implied. All right. And implications function as gray area. Okay. When we say, well, then you can have multiple. That's why the Bible is warred upon. There are multiple interpretations. All right. So you can let people war with their interpretations. Well, then you say, well, what is the translation? All right. Then you get down to the translation. You say, if this word means this, if Shamayim means the heavens, okay, then you can give me that Shamayim sounds like this or connects to that. But this word means this. Unless this word meaning this connects to the connections you're trying to make, okay, or the text to self or the text to world or whatever it is connection you're trying to make, then that's invalid. All right. This is how you use a black and white document, okay, and gray area together. And you start realizing, well, then if I can find the context clues, put the context clues together to give this person their answer, if I can find their answer using context clues as a gray area function, then that means whoever wrote this knew that that was a possibility. So then whoever wrote this must have provided enough space, listen, between the black and the white that mixes together to allow for that gray area of more context clues. That's why still to this day, certain movies are still being broken down. Motherfuckers still finding shit out about certain movies. All right? When you ever seen the memes, people say, I was today old. That was some gray area shit that motherfuckers didn't even think about. All right, or look into. And then they done came back and said, wait a minute, did anybody realize this? Did anybody realize this about that? Did anybody see that they said this in this book? Okay, and that was context clues. And a lot of times that's the mystery of it. All right? So, yeah, I'm working with God as God. My name, Omari, literally means God. I'm working with God for the greater good or whatever it is that you need to call it. I'm here to help. And, yeah, exposing yourself to different religions and going into it and becoming well-versed in their books and things like that exposes you to the gray area. All right? And you'll still be able to use it to form black and white. Okay? And work with that black and white to create more. They go hand in hand. They work hand in hand. What else y'all got? That was a real good one. In the Coneheads, they mentioned 144K, and the Coneheads laugh at the numbers. I didn't see that. I saw the movie recently, but I didn't pick up on that. If you could find that clip and send it to me, I'd appreciate that. You ever heard synesthesia? Been studying it, seeing sounds here. Yeah, I spoke about that before. It's one of the greater senses that they're trying to call a disorder, where you can touch something and pick up on the color of it. Yeah, 100%. It links to a science called psychometry. Okay, so if you're familiar with synesthesia, you might be familiar with psychometry, but if not, PSYCOMETRY. All right, psychometry. I think that's how they did it. I don't know if they put the H in there. I don't remember. But psychometry. Okay, go look into psychometry. So being able to touch something and being able to pick up on whose frequency or aura or essence is the word, is associated with that object. So if you find a lighter, you say, damn, this lighter must be Tamala's, okay? Because you can feel like it belongs to Tamala. All right, psychometry. You got your psychometry, clairvoyance or clairaudience, which literally say clairvoyance is like clear vision. All right, and you have telepathy and intuition. Okay, so I appreciate that. Working on the intuition is easier, the easiest of all of them. Okay, your telepathy comes with the intuition. It'll start picking up. Psychometry is a little more challenging. There's a lot of intricacies that go into it. You have to practice psychometry. The way you can practice psychometry is you get with a group of friends who are on one accord about it, all right? And you start putting people's, objects in a bag, okay? And you pass the bag around, and they pull out the object, and you do this with your eyes closed, by the way. You pull out the object, and you fill in the object, and you're trying to see who it belongs to. So you call out who it belongs to. And you might get the shit wrong a billion times. So what? Working on it strengthens the muscle. All right? Same thing with telepathy. We used to do exercises when I was younger. All right? And I used to kill this shit. Where it would be me, my Umi, and the rest of my brothers and sisters. Okay? We'll do something called an hour of silence. Where nobody speaks. All right? And then after that hour of silence, we do telepathic exercises. So what we'll do, we'll sit down in a circle. And whoever turn it will be to go, it was like you could pick a person and you have to focus on a color and you send that color to them. All right. And I remember where one of the times where my mother was sending me a color. All right. And I focused in on her brain, literally her brain. This is like I was 7 years old, 8 years old. So I started focusing on her brain. And then I started getting huge explosions of brown. Like blobs of brown popping into my brain, right? And I said, the color is brown. He said, right. He said, that's exactly the color. She said, what did you see? I said, I saw blobs of brown. She said, that's how I was sending it. She said, I was trying to like ball it up and throw it so that it can resonate with you. Okay? Do these exercises. Don't listen to nobody. Do the exercises. All right? If you feel silly, whatever, keep going. I'm telling you as somebody who is experiencing telepathy on a whole different level now. Okay, do the exercises and do them more. Do them more often, okay? Because I ain't even do them that damn often growing up, but I still have it. You know what I mean? And if you want to study a more simple version of telepathy, study body language. You know what I mean? Study how people respond to certain shit and look at priming and all kind of stuff. Study body language. When you figure that out, you'll say, this person is thinking this. They're saying this, but this is what they really mean. And people may be able to try to pick up on what they're doing with their body, but most people are not familiar with the subconscious or the unconscious reality, okay, which is associated with themselves. They haven't come in contact with that unconscious or subconscious self. So when they're talking to you, they don't know that if they lying, they sit on their hands, you know what I'm saying? Because subconsciously they have something in their hands. And what's in their hands is the truth. And they're trying to hide the truth. They don't understand that. You understand? Can I repeat the exercise? Which one? The psychometry? Psychometry, you get with a group of friends. You get a bag. All right, a black bag. And by the black, it could be any black bag, but you don't want a bag that's clear or see-through or none of that. All right? Get a bag. Have everybody put whatever item in that bag. Okay? Then you bring that bag to the table or wherever you're sitting, and you pass that bag around. Let everybody grab an item out of that bag. Okay? And without opening their eyes, it's supposed to be able to touch the item and know who it belongs to. This only works if y'all are using items that you don't know belong to somebody. You with me? So you bring an item that nobody would guess, and you don't let nobody see what item you're putting in the bag. All right? Psychometry. Telepathy, just guessing things, guessing games. It might sound crazy, guessing games. All right? Because that's what it all is. But you do a lot more than guess. You do a lot better than guess. It's almost like law of assumption. Okay? That's how I used to beat the game. Law of assumption. I assume that whatever it is that I'm seeing, whatever it is that I'm hearing, okay, inside, as an audio verbal hallucination, as they call it, an AVH, whatever it is that I'm hearing, this is the color. You know what I'm saying? Then I would speak that color, and it'll be right. I got the shit right most of the damn time. You know what I'm saying? So, but you got to work on it. It's a muscle. Everything I'm telling you is a muscle. Once you strengthen it, then you can use it more, like everything else. All right? Best way to astral travel, I would say, that's a that's a touchy one because that's a whole class. Astral travel is funny because it's a whole class. Like, you know, I never just put people on the astral projection just out of the blue because it's actually dangerous a little bit. You know what I mean? But if you don't know what you're doing. What I can say is if you ever experience sleep paralysis, relax and don't fear when you're in sleep paralysis. And when you're in that state, try to move a finger without lifting your actual, don't fight to try to lift up your actual finger. All right? Visualize another finger that you have as that finger in another reality as an astral body. Try to move your astral finger. Okay? It should be clear. All right? Try to move another finger. Okay? Try to lift your astral hand. Eventually, what you may be able to do, because I've done this, is you lift your whole arm up out of your body. Okay? You'll be able to look at it and see that there's this translucent effect of your hand, and it's kind of see-through, but it's got like this electric kind of thing going on with it. You'll see it if you do see it. All right? But sleep paralysis, if you experience sleep paralysis and you right there next to the door of astral projection. But most people get afraid during sleep paralysis and they fight and try to get back to their body. But it's just a gateway to say that, hey, remember, there's more to this reality than what you think. Okay? You're not just a human being with a body. All right? You have another body and another body and another body and another body and another body. That's how you're able to travel through the dream world. Okay? And hear things and feel things and experience things and all of that. So meditation, deep breathing, and focusing on the smaller parts of your body. All right? And trying to move them without moving them. Okay? So using your imagination to move your body parts without actually moving your body parts. Okay, allows for your astral body to know that you're trying to get in contact with it and connect with it. All right? Try it. Try it. But you also, it's a lot of other stuff, though, because you don't want to be surrounded by, like, pornography, drill music, chaos, all kind of stuff. You don't want no rock music. If you into all that 666 shit that they got going on, that they done threw into the communities and bombed the communities with, all that Baphomet shit, if you into all that, you probably shouldn't play around. You know what I mean? It's just look, I'm telling you. Because I heard all the stories. There's a motherfucker who would have been caught out there himself. Don't play around with this. It's not a game. Surround yourself with positive frequencies. 432 hertz, 528 hertz. All right? Surround yourself with positive music. Okay? Uplifting music and tones and visualization music and meditation music. Dr. York got the Kemetic visualization tapes and AMOM tapes or Ancient Mystic Order of Melchizedek tapes. Go look up DNA music, Dr. York. That type of music on loop is safe. And it's been safe my whole life. Let me tell you something else. Demons don't like his music. Not only do demons not like the tones that Dr. Malachi York programmed into the Kemetic visualization and DNA music, all of that, and the meditation music, they also don't like his voice. Anytime I was dealing with, and I've dealt with a lot of them, anytime I was dealing with some type of demon or jinn or an invader, because sometimes motherfuckers try to invade your dreams and shit. You know what I mean? They got people like that too. I've dealt with them, and I've dealt with them. Anytime I had to encounter that, and I ain't feel like it, and I come fighting back here, as soon as I put on the tones, all that darkness that was in the room, it leaves. They don't like his... They also don't like this. They don't like this. I'm telling you what it is now. They putting the shit in your movies. They got the movies with Doctor Strange with the demons in it. They got the movies with the guys of Egypt with the demons in it. They showing you the same demons in every fucking movie. Jupiter's ascending demons, extraterrestrials with advanced technology. For some reason, they don't like water. Now, I'm telling you from somebody who surrounded himself with jugs of water, laying in the middle of my floor. I surrounded myself with big jugs of water when I astral project. Why? Because sometimes I would encounter like burning sensations, going through certain realities. This shit was weird. But I could always, it's real weird what I'm about to tell you. Even when you're astral projecting, you can have access to your body still. Which means you can have access to what's supposed to be in your body, which is your astral body. So a lot of people think when you project out of your body, that the body you're using to project out of your body is the only body as a spirit body. That's not true. The actual body that would have been laying there without projecting outward is still there. And the actual body that would have been laying there without being the body that was laying there, that's inside of the body, is still there. So if you're astral projecting and you're in trouble, you go into a reality where there are dark beings. And what I mean by dark is they're not always dark, but most of the time the motherfuckers are. And you will feel it the same way you walk into your house and the hairs on your back stand up and shit like that. You'll feel it. You feel what I'm saying? You'll know you're in trouble. Your heart will start beating fast. This is something that's going to happen. Your whole sense of awareness in the astral realm is heightened. So ain't no such thing as you misconstrued a warning message. You're going to get the warning. And if you feel like you're in trouble, if you surround yourself with water, listen, I'm not telling you anything. It would be very irresponsible of me as a teacher to tell you something that I haven't either done myself, okay, or went and explored and found out it was true and still did it. You know what I'm saying? As myself. So everything I'm telling you, I've experienced myself, okay? You surround yourself with water. If you feel like you're in trouble, your astral body that's inside of that body that's laying down, even as you're out there in them other ethers, can reach over into that water. And this is going to sound crazy, so you got to keep up with what I'm telling you. This water bottle and the water inside of it has a soul. Okay? Everything has a soul. That's number one. Rule number one about astral projection is what? Everything has a soul. If you can fathom it, that's the soul. All right? This band right here got a soul. This top right here got a soul. This tape roll right here, essentially what's random ass objects. You know what I'm saying? Soul. All of it got a soul. Meaning it has a frequency that as soon as you cross over into that reality, it's going to be there. All right? How I know this? I was laying down on my back one time in my room about 2 years ago. And I sat up out of my body. And I picked my asthma pump up. And I had my asthma pump in my hand. Now, I remember talking to the niggas on Clubhouse about it. Because remember, they the expert. I'm an expert. I should know. They didn't know shit. Most of the niggas never asked. They probably don't even know what the fuck it is. They just heard somebody talking about it. Because some niggas think that shit mean daydreaming. They don't know that shit literally mean getting out your body. You feel what I'm saying? So they was like, that's impossible. You can't lift anything up. It wouldn't be able to move because it's not on it. It's a third dimensional, fourth dimensional law. I'm like, bro, shut up. Like, the shit moved. Now, if you walked in my room, you wouldn't have seen the asthma pump floating. The asthma pump would have still been sitting there. You understand? But where I was at, the shit was in the air, in my hand. Are y'all get what I'm telling you? The only way that's possible is if that asthma pump itself has a soul, meaning it has a frequency, it holds a place that overlaps, okay? A mark or an imprint that's multidimensional, okay? So soul in this regard means a multidimensional imprint. You understand? So it's the same for water. So if you're ever in trouble, you can literally reach into a water bottle and the water will stream into your body. And I've been in situations where I was flying out in this area, looked like some pyramids, like ancient Egypt, right? Everything was peaceful, but then out of nowhere, there was a split in the sky. And out came these, what do you call them? What was the motherfuckers from the Harry Potter movie? What do you call them? The Dementors. What do you say, what? The Dementors, right? So you have the Dementors in that look like how they got the black mist and stuff like that. The sky split, and these Dementor-looking beings or these dark, misty-looking beings came out of that split. Now, I wasn't really worried about it because I could see them, they further away. But they came right in my direction. And I wasn't able to evade fast enough because I wasn't thinking fast enough. And they started to latch on to my body, right? Now, as they latched on, it was almost slimy, like the fucking like tentacle shit wrapping around your hand, and I'm trying to pull, and they taking me from an astral projection state into a sleep paralysis state. So I fought it, and the way that I fought it was I reached back to my body that was laying in my room, and I reached out to one of the what do you call it, jugs of water. Now here goes the interesting part. As I reached back to my body was enduring that. My astral body that wasn't moving, laying inside my body, I hope I'm not confusing nobody, was enduring the same type of tentacle, misty demon effect. But when I reached my hand into that water bottle, the water streamed into my body, and the motherfuckers couldn't stay on me when the water they started to flee, right? And then it affected where I was at in the ancient Egyptian looking ass realm, where they didn't want to come near me because of the water. So there's something about water, all right, and astral projection. Now, you know that it's a portal. They even put it, or you probably don't know that, but I'm putting it out there. Water is a portal. And they put it in this movie, Constantine, all right, that they were able to look into the water and, you know what I'm saying, and travel and come back through the water, all right? So there's something about this water. But water, as an element, operates on multiple planes. So when people were saying that people had to be punished, and the question is, how you going to punish people in the afterlife if they don't have a body? Okay, if they're spirits. Well, the truth is, that body that you have as a spirit that leaves your physical body, it has a nervous system also. You know what I mean? They didn't make a mistake. They didn't say, oh shit, we forgot the nervous system. How are we going to torture these motherfuckers? No, it has a nervous system too. Every body you have is able to feel some shit. You know what I mean? I was the one who told people that lithium battery that's in this iPhone, it does something to the astral body. Because I've experienced that if I went to rest with my phone in my hand and I went to astral project, I had blisters on my astral hand. It was literally pussing up. And I used to have to pop the shit until I stopped going to rest with my phone in my hand. You feel what I'm saying? Now, it didn't happen no more. But when I would go to rest, literally with my phone in my hand, it would burn my astral hand. The only thing about it is the astral body heals 1,000 times faster than the physical body. You feel what I'm saying? So it was healing quick, but I still know that I said this technology is fucking with the actual soul. You with me? So it's another. The phone has a soul. Listen, my phone is alive. I know my phone is alive. Your phone is alive. I'm going to sound crazy, but the phone is alive. Okay? It breathes. It pulses. It wants to be interacted with. If you try to go 7 days without your phone, it's going to call out for you. How do I know this? I went 7 days without my phone. I locked it in a jar. This was right after, which shouldn't seem surprising. This was right after I had an experience where Shaitan and them latched on and held me down in my room. Right? This was also 2 years ago. They held me down in my room and they started whispering all these evil things in my ear. And I knew it was Shaitan. Now, I don't know another name to call the motherfucker because that's the name I heard. The nigga name was Shaitan, but he wasn't by himself. It was a lot of motherfuckers. They were grabbing hold of my body. Their hands literally came up. Who was there when I was telling y'all? I said, lately they've been able to push through. They're not supposed to be able to do that. And I wasn't quoting no movie. Literally, they were pushing my carpet up at certain times. I'd be astral projecting. I come back to my body, and I feel hands pushing up on my carpet. I said, these motherfuckers are trying to push through this reality, right? Now they're here. Let me tell you something. Some of y'all probably done started to pick up on this shit. I ain't gonna go too deep in this because motherfuckers probably lose their mind. But some of y'all, I'm gonna tell you something. I was out maybe a week ago, right? Walking around. I had walked around the back of a house. I like to go into like dark areas in the nighttime and look up into the stars and just meditate. So that's what I was about to do. Now, it wasn't just no random house, okay? But I was walking around the house, and I'm about to go into one of the dark shadow areas. So like a long fence behind the house, and it's like the trees and everything. But I'm about to walk behind this shit, and something said, you better not. I'm like, what? Now listen, I'm not scared of no motherfucking dark, no nothing, okay? I don't have no reason to be afraid of it. But I was literally finna make myself go. I said, I don't know who the fuck y'all talking about, don't. So I finna walk forward and my whole body froze. Something was back there. Now, I came and had a conversation with my Umi about the day, I think it was the next day. And we were having a conversation and she said, I think she started by saying she don't know if I'm going to get it or whatever. Something like she don't want to sound crazy or whatever, something like that. She said, I don't know what it is. She said, but it's something in the night. She said, but I don't know. I said, no. I said, go ahead, finish that. She said, well, what is it? She said, what were you about to say? I don't know what you about to say. She said, I don't know what you about to say. I want to make sure. I said, no, I want to make sure what you about to say is what I'm about to, because I'm going to say what you about to say. Go ahead and say what you about to say. And I said it. And she said, creatures. I said, exactly. No, she said, something. I said, creature. She said, right. So something here. Something I moved through. Now, look, whatever. Hey, whatever. I'm not pushing it. I'm not selling a t-shirt. Something I've been allowed to pass through because I don't feel comfortable in the dark outside. And that's not normal for me. Right? But I'm like, ain't no way in the hell you telling me that there's some shit out here that can snatch a motherfucker up. You know what I'm saying? But that's what they were telling me. So my thing is, it's all different types of beings that are existing in the earth plane. All right? And they've already shown in different movies who and what these beings are. Now, don't think that the movies are creating them. The movies are getting these pieces of information from real life stories. All right? Real life exorcist situations. They didn't come out with an exorcist movie because they were bored. All right? All these UFO movies are old, ancient stories. Okay? They just pulling around it. The hero movies, superheroes, is just extraterrestrials. That's all this shit has ever been. Or superhuman beings that have been mutated, all right, through government programs or, you know what I mean, ops and all kind of stuff. So, you with me? So, when you want to learn these types of things, just remember that it's a lot deeper than just, I want to fly around. Because you might end up in the wrong, I've ended up in the wrong house literally before. I had a neighbor that was a witch. It was a man, all right? He was a white guy, racist white guy. And he used to stand near our yard in our neighborhood. He was standing near our yard with a clipboard writing shit. I think he might have been a feds too, which is crazy. So I remember I astral projected one time and my ass got carried with the current to the left. I was supposed to go right, but the current, and I call it the current. I don't know what everybody else call it, but I call it the current. If you astral project, you know what I'm talking about. As soon as you get outside your body, the realm around you is constantly moving. You don't feel it right now. But as soon as you get out your body, there are currents that come through and move. And if you get caught in one of them currents, you're going to go wherever the fuck you take you. Unless you have that ability to reverse and go in another direction or fly with your own body at your own will. Other than that, most people is getting thrown the fuck around the realm, in the astral realm, because it's a lot of shit moving. So I went with the current. Not because I chose to, because my ass was going to go right, but the shit caught me. And I ended up in this nigga house. And let me tell you, he had all kind of orange candles lined up on his wall. You know what I'm saying? The spider, little, what do you call it? This, like Halloween shit. Spider web looking shit hanging and all kind of shit. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? And there was a whole pulsing shit. Y'all ever seen like the video games where like your vision get a little smaller? You know what I mean? It was a darkness around it. I said, oh shit. I snapped myself back to my body. I ended up right in the middle of this nigga fucking seance hallway. You know what I mean? So you got to be cautious. You got to be careful. Now, that's not to scare nobody away from the shit. It's just this is the reason why I don't just be like, this is how you activate the shit. I can tell you what to do to start turning the shit on, but I can't do the shit in one simple ass answer without explaining to you, you know what I mean, all the other shit that come with it. But I think the astral projection class is available on YouTube now. So you might be able to go type in Phase 1 astral projection and it'll come up. And you can listen to it. I think it's like 2 hours, maybe less, right? You should listen to that whole tape before even considering this shit, if you've never done it. Because I explain exercises, what to look out for, all that. You know what I mean? But it's not nothing to play with at all. Out-of-body experience, astral projection, they one and the same. Except you don't have to project yourself to have an out-of-body experience. You with me? Somebody get into a car crash and they next thing you know, they outside their body. They didn't project themselves. So astral projection is an out-of-body experience, but not every out-of-body experience is an astral projection. Kind of like the Christians and Catholics scenario. You with me? The books are digital books we get for the donation. Yes, PDFs. Super convenient. It's 10 of them. There'll be 11 soon within the next month or so. What about the new revelation? What is the new revelation? I'm trying to see all y'all comments as they come. Am I into martial arts? I am into martial arts. The name or names of Dr. Malachi Z. York. He had a lot of names. Imam Asa, Reverend Dr. Malachi Z. York, Maku, Rabboni Yeshua, Chief Black Thunderbird Eagle. This nigga had a lot of names. Malachi Z. York, Malachi Zadok, Melchizedek, Baba Yanin or Baba Yanun. Yeah, it's a lot of shit. Aminubir Akata. You'll be here all day. They did call him Kadir. Facts. Do I believe in gods? No. Yeah, man of many names. Facts. Mushrooms and martial arts. I never taken mushrooms. I know about them, yeah. Psilocybin. What is it? The ayahuasca. I'm familiar with it, yeah. But I ain't never taken shit. It wasn't for me. Are the seven thunders unfolding? You tell me. Look around. I think we were supposed to read that shit earlier. I ain't never get around to it. Let's see. I might be able to pull it up real quick for you. Seven thunders. Let's look into it. The seven thunders have been recorded by the ancients for thousands of years by the Hopis, the Yamasi, the Nubians. They've lauded these thunders as a sign of the coming of a new planet Nibiru. It's called Planet X. The coming in of a new era, the sign of the end of the present world ruled by evil, and the resurrection of the ancient mysteries of Egypt. Atlantis rising again. All right, listen. Atlantis rising again in the heart of Georgia, in a place called Wahani. These signs are the signs of the times recorded by the ancient Neteru of ancient Egypt and passed down through time. They are called the thunders of the plagues. What did I say I wanted to build if I was going to build something? Remember I said I'm not building Tamaray again. Mm-hmm. I said, but if I'm going to build something, what I said I was going to build. Did I say that on here? Did I ever tell y'all? Did I ever mention? I don't think I said that. What was it that I said? It was Atlantis. Yeah, remember I said I'm going to build Atlantis. Exactly. I'm going to build Atlantis. I don't know where it came from. I was like, I'm bringing Atlantis back. I forgot he put that shit in there. I promise you. But he said Atlantis. But I have been saying Atlantis lately. I know I've said that lately, Atlantis, on here, when I was talking to y'all about Atlanta, right? But I did say I'm going to revitalize or bring back Atlantis, right? So that's just interesting. So these signs are the signs of the times, recorded by the ancient Neteru of ancient Egypt and passed down through time. They are called the thunders or the plagues. All right? First thunders. Much starvation, sickness, starving children, homelessness, and diseases. This already passed and continues. Second thunders. Thunder. I don't know why they did that. The sky becomes sick with holes in it that look like sores. Lung disease spreads. Breathing problems occur. I concur to that. Green mist coming from holes. Green mist. Polluting water. Growing deformities. Bacteria in the water. Little devils. Sea animals begin to die. Fishes are trying to get out of the water. You ever seen the video of motherfuckers said, fuck this shit? They swimming up on a fucking seashore and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's happening. Or that already happened, as a matter of fact. Water becomes death to them. Physical and spiritual illnesses, mutations in animals. All right? So boom. Third thunder. Many new species notations in animals. Crossbreeding in species. Death of frogs, honeybees, turtles, deformed humans multiply. Genetic splicing and cloning. Fourth thunder. Sign of twins, Yah and Wei. One guards that South Pole and the other guards the North Pole. Havoc begins with these poles. Structures break down. Religion, moral and financial. The devil wins, which is the El Nino, takes over. Whatever the devil wins are. Fifth thunder. 4 great people will perish. Floods, lightning storms. So I always wonder, who is that fourth person? Did we figure that out yet? Because I know one of them was Michael Jackson for sure. Another one I think was Whitney Houston. Who else was another great person? I don't know if it was Prince. But but who was that third one? Because they was just talking about El Nino last year. I don't know if Kobe was, no, I don't think that was it. Kobe a celebrity, yeah, but I don't know if that's, because you got to, like, think about it. Michael Jackson. Huh? Yeah, like big people, major. I don't think it was Tupac either, because Pac passed when Malachi was still out of prison. Pops wrote this for the times that would come after they locked him up. And they came and locked him up, just like he said was going to happen. He said that was going to happen, matter of fact. Right? Floods, lightning storms, tornadoes, landslides, hurricanes, hail in the summer, forest fires, children killing children, children killing their parents, rampant insanity and murders, an upsurge in drug addiction, and demonic revivals parading themselves as righteous. Let's read that last part again. Demonic revivals. We can't hear you, Faise. Turn it up. Demonic revivals parading themselves as righteous. Sounds familiar to me. Sound like a lot of motherfuckers that I done named and flamed over the past 4 years that I think everybody's starting to realize that me naming and flaming wasn't no clout chasing. Me naming and flaming was putting you on gaming. And when that game came, and you ain't no shame in my gaming. wasn't I telling the truth? All the Nature Boy, everybody I named, that shit came straight around what I said. All right? Demonic. Nigga Nature Boy was for sure demonic. All these niggas, Young Fair, all them niggas demonic as fuck. You can tell. Left hand path ass demonic niggas. Paraded themselves around as righteous until they couldn't hide it no more. He said, what about you, Faise? I said, motherfucker, you mean me? You talking about me? I ain't never paraded myself as righteous. When I did a parade, I didn't even show up to the parade. When I did a parade, when have I paraded myself as righteous? Nigga, I will cuss the fuck out of a motherfucker quick. All that, listen, what we mean by that is like the self-righteous proclamation you gotta really look out for. You know what I mean? Remember I told you how the nigga Lifeway was talking about how I was disagreeable and all him and all them utmost niggas and all them. Next thing you know, he's screaming at Victor about vegetables. Talking about how Victor don't know who he is. Stop using my information. You know what I mean? Like he created how the fuck to make, you know what I mean, spinach. Yeah, I'm telling you, how he made the formula for sea moss. Nigga said, stop stealing my information like it was him. Like he God who decided what the fuck come together to heal people's lungs and shit. No, I'm telling you, it's deeper than that. So they paraded themselves as righteous. They came on here and everything. And them same niggas, for some reason, they wound up being in some bullshit. They in bullshit. And I'm like, well, so where does all that disagreeable shit come from? Where all that go? Remember, we don't do all that yelling and cussing and shit, but then when it came to Victor, he cussed that nigga ass out. You don't know me. If anybody that won't smoke with me, come see me, bro. Come see me, bro. It's up, Faise. Because it wasn't none of that. When I read it to him, he didn't do none of that. He didn't do none of that. You with me? But parading. So watch out for the people who kicking that righteous shit. All that, hey, brother. No, all that Grand Rising kings and queens and Ashe and all the devils. Hey, take it or leave it. It's right there on the table. Grab it or leave it where it's at. All the motherfuckers running peace, love, and light, brethrens and sisterins and devils. You know what I mean? I'm not telling you everybody. I'm just saying everybody. Okay? When they all that trying to kick it like, the Lord and all this other stuff and holier than devils, them be the biggest ones. Right? Especially the ones who try to shame other motherfuckers like they righteous and the other motherfuckers not righteous. You know what I'm saying? Gotta watch out for that shit. See all this cussing people be doing. You know what I mean? You don't cuss because if you did curse words, devil, he cussing the shit out of somebody when he get off this live. I'm telling you, he gonna cuss the shit out of somebody. What the fuck? Here's my coffee. You know what I mean? He was just talking to y'all about caffeine and shit. What the fuck is my coffee? You know what I'm saying? You bitches are getting on my nerves. I'm telling you, you gotta look out for them. I know this firsthand. Motherfucker who claim to be righteous, put me around the motherfuckers who everybody trying to down. You know what I mean? Let me work with the ones who ain't scared to be out front and center about who and what they are. You know what I mean? That's a snake that if they got the fangs showing already, at least you know to duck if they lunge forward. But the motherfucker who you say, yeah, I'll be right out, and you go out and they right on your back, and now you got holes in your back, you say, what the fuck? You know what I mean? You didn't know about that. Because you thought, I would have never expected that. You know what I mean? Because you thought they're going to be righteous. No. Now, I have a righteous essence, but this kicking it like we on some, you know what I mean, laid back, cooling water shit. No, bro, we are warriors. We don't know what the hell these folks talking about. We've been warriors from the jump. That's why I said when they tried to say Dr. York, it was Amos, some he not representing my father the right way because he cussing. I pulled up a million teachers where Doc cussed loud and clear. The first one I ran to was when he said he don't need a bitching man. I ran straight to that one. I don't need the bitching men. He said that shit clear as day. I ran that shit back, put the sirens on it. I don't need the bitching men. I'm gonna start an album out with that one. You're now listening to the true light. I don't need the bitching men. I'm telling you, your father cussed. I'm like, what the hell? This nigga don't know his dad cussed all the damn time. What? That's what I was saying. People don't know. So he didn't parade himself as righteous. He even said, I'm not a holy man. I'm not none of this shit. He said, I'm a teacher. That's what I'm here to do. I'm here to teach. Stop trying to make me anything other than what I am. I'm a teacher. I've always been a teacher. You with me? So yeah. Demonic revivals parading themselves as righteous. Then he says, El Nina, little girl, will come. I still don't know what that means. I think we'll figure it out. But I don't know what it means. The sixth thunder. Changes occur. The star people return. Star seed. Signs in the skies. Listen. Okay? All you orators, listen. New planets. New galaxies. Meteorite storms. Climatic alterations. Global warming. Spiritual revivals. Presence of divine. Disregard and respect for present world governments. Leadership, politics. Seventh thunder. The end of the world as you know it, the year 2030, Gregorian calendar. Gregorian calendar for 2030. Ethiopian calendar 2022. All right? So, yeah, so that's the seven thunders. A lot of that shit that came to pass. Especially that demonic revival, spiritual revival shit. That's out here. Did I miss the third? No, I didn't. Many new species, yeah. Crossbreeding, death of frogs, honeybees, turtles, deformed human. Y'all ever notice there's less bees? Y'all anybody notice that? Or you be like, yo, I ain't got stung in a long fucking time. What the fuck? He said, where is honey coming from? I ain't seen not a single bee. You know what I mean? They say when them bees leave, that's it. And he said, death of frogs, honeybees, and turtles. I ain't heard no ribbit either in a long time. Granted, I'm not by like no pond. But still, you still hear them motherfuckers. These mini niggas come in your kitchen. They be in there before you get up. Cooking breakfast for you and shit. You screaming. Remember them days? Not no more. They don't be nowhere. I had a horrible encounter with the frogs when I was younger. We went out to the damn country. And I had my aunt. She was there. And a whole bunch of other aunts and uncles who was out there. And I would just like to play by my damn self. So I went outside, grabbed one of them little farmer, what do you call it, pitchfork rake looking things. And I went outside and I'm like, oh, okay, I'm on a farm. I see a barn, right? I'm going to play farmer by myself. So I'm ramming the shit into the ground like I've seen the farmers do in the cartoons and shit. I'm like, I'm tilling the land. And my aunt came outside and was checking on me because all the other children was in the front. And I'm back here in the back playing with my damn self. And she was checking on, she called my name. I turned around and said, yes. And there was a frog that had got hit by the damn thing, dangling on the shit like. And she just got to screaming, ah! I said, what? She said, oh my God. She ran in the house. So everybody kind of had like a look at me funny, you know what I'm saying, episode because for the children who kill animals, they was like, you had to be wary of them. That was a big thing in the country. If you kill an animal, then you might be a fucking serial killer. If you disturbed to go around killing animals. And I was trying to explain to them, I didn't know that the damn frog was even on the rake. I'm out there playing farmer. I don't know. I'm 6 years old trying to explain this shit. I didn't know that the damn frog was in the grass. I'm just playing farmer. You know what I mean? But my point is, the frogs is dying, and I think I had something to do with that. And I think I contributed to that. I accidentally killed a few frogs. I don't know what it is me with frogs, but my brother had a pet frog. Accidentally killed the damn frog by putting the water in there. It was too hot. I don't know what the fuck I had going on. Changed out the water. The shit was too hot. Next thing I know, the nigga was out there laid out, floating. I said, shit. You know what I mean? We had to bury them and everything. My brother was like, it's okay. I'm like, no, I'm like, I just killed a fucking frog. He was gonna hunt me for damn life. But I don't know what it was with me and frogs, but somewhere in one of these lives, them niggas, I said, I'm gonna get back with y'all niggas. I'm gonna get up with y'all. You know what I mean? And I accidentally killed them niggas. I didn't know. It was a program. But the point is, they dying. So I'm not, I had something to do with it, but I don't know. A little bit. But yeah, them the Seven Thunders. They thought I was a serial killer. I'm not even, listen, I'm out here playing by myself. I don't know nothing, okay? I'm out here by myself for a reason, but I know this looks bad because I am back here by myself, so I can't be up to any good, can I? As a young person with all these other children in front, and why am I back here? And then I killed the frog. My auntie was scared of me. She didn't know what the fuck to think. She probably thought I was crazy. Yeah, I ain't listen. I don't have no problem with frogs. I don't know how they died. That shit was an accident every time. Every time. I accidentally killed a turtle. What is it with these animals? He said, come on now, Faise, 3 times? It was all accidents. I left a turtle in the street. I was playing with the turtle. I was a plane, there's a UFO. Yeah, I think I was 4 or 5. And I left the turtle in the street because we had like some snacks. So I ran to go get the snacks. And I'm sitting enjoying this fuck. This is so fucked up. I'm enjoying. Why the nigga didn't move? I'm enjoying. This is so crazy. Why it's not even my fault? Dumbass turtle, he should have came out of the shell. But I'm sitting on the damn porch eating my snack. I think we had some push-ups or something like that. You know, the little push-up ice creams and shit. So I'm everything good. Life good. You know, you got your snack. It's been hot outside. You're playing. You got a snack now. Life good. Next thing I know, I hear crunch, 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 crunch. I say, what the? And the girl, it was a little white girl that stayed next to us. She got to screaming. It was her turtle. And I was like, what? And boy, that shit was crazy. Motherfuckers. It was like a Ricky scene. It was like, Ricky. I think the turtle might have been named Ricky. So I was just fucking with y'all. And I didn't know. I was like, oh shit. I said, what? And she was just screaming, hollering, pointing at the street. That nigga was macaroni. Sweet potato pie? Yeah, that how this shit look. It fucked me up too. Sorry I had to do it to y'all, but I had to give you some type of description of the shit. I'm like, damn, they blended that boy. That nigga was butchered. I said, that's stupid. Why the fuck did he stay in it? I'm like, damn, I'm killing all these reptilians and amphibians and shit. I might be a dragon slayer. I didn't damn know. I was programmed to do it. I am a child. It wasn't like I said, all right, stay right here. I got something for you. And next thing I know, he gone. I didn't damn know. I think I done killed a few. I think I might have killed a snake by accident. There's a few things I done accidentally killed. And it would be like reptilians and amphibians and their cousins and shit. Said, I'm the problem. I said, they told us we had snacks. Nobody didn't say, hey, make sure you go grab the turtle. They're the problem. Where are our supervisors? The hell? Where was our bosses at when this shit happened? Why do I got to be playing? Where were the parents at? I didn't do nothing. She was screaming. She didn't forgive me for that shit either. But yeah, I've been killing reptilians for a long time. I didn't mean to, though. But I just realized it must have been, now that I think about it, damn. There's always some accidental shit with some animal. You know what I mean? But yeah. Cats is on another level, too. I had a cat one time. She wound up passing, but she got into an accident. But I think cats are telepathic. I think they have the ability to really read your thoughts. But they can't respond to you how you respond. I mean, they can't talk to you. But them motherfuckers is different. Dogs, too. But it's really them cats. I ain't never killed no damn fish. I ain't bother them. I wasn't programmed to do no silly shit like that. It was a frog. I poured hot water in the shit. It wasn't on purpose, though. I took the shit to the bathroom to fill it up, and he was still in it. And the water was hot. I'm trying to figure out why the nigga dancing around and shit. That's the thing I do. I come back, this nigga just like, fuck this shit. I like, damn, what the hell? I was fucked up. I'm joking about it. I was fucked up behind it. I ain't know that was gonna happen. Just me being a fucking child. Like, all right, I got y'all. I'm gonna put the water in there. Nothing. Where the fuck I'm gonna put the? That's why okay, I get it now. It makes sense. The extra bowl that y'all had sitting there next to it. I guess that you put the frog in the bowl, and then take the bowl and I'm thinking I'm doing a good deed. Killed this nigga. This nigga straight died. I'm like, oh shit. We buried him in the yard. That shit was crazy. I didn't mean to do that shit. I didn't mean to. I did not mean it. It'd be different if I meant the shit. I ain't mean it. It was a frog. Little skinny ass frog. Looked like a damn gecko. It was not on purpose. Stop it. I don't know. I don't know why they are, but I just feel like they are. I had a cat named Pearl, and she would just be around me, and she would just look me in my eyes. Like she could communicate. You feel what I'm saying? She was telling me she was not feeling well, but she couldn't talk. She actually told me she was dying, but she couldn't talk. But something happened. I think she had got into some type of accident when she was out. And she came back, and she was missing a patch of her skin or something like that. And she was dying. And she was pregnant. And it was weird. It was weird. Y'all ain't gonna understand it. It was almost like she was like concerned that her children wouldn't come before she passed. And they didn't. She answered and responded to her name. Like if you call her name, she'll look at you. Like how we look. Yeah, so I think they may be telepathic. There need to be more studies. Yeah, she was pregnant too early. That makes sense. You say that Dr. York used to play tones that increase your intellect? I was exposed to tones, yeah. I was exposed to tones that enhance certain parts of the brain, and the language enhance certain parts of the brain, specifically the frontal lobe. Remember, the frontal lobe isn't supposed to really be developed until you're like 24, 25 years old. At least is what they say. You can strengthen that shit by just becoming a critical fucking thinker. But what they're really trying to tell you is they expect everybody to be dumb and not to realize we dumb until we 25. That's what they really try to say. Because you can strengthen it. That's why you got geniuses, right? You know, you expose children to certain tones and frequencies. Yeah, it causes for them to activate certain parts of their brain. Do you know if the gateway experience has sounds like this? I don't know what that is, the gateway experience. I don't know what you mean. But yeah, Tom and Ray feel like a dream sometimes, y'all. It feel like sometimes I gotta ask myself, like, damn, did this shit really happen? Was I really there? And I know I was there. I can look and see pictures right now. I know I was there, but sometimes I'll be like, damn, did this shit happen? That's how surreal the shit was. You know what I mean? Constellation Warriors. Word up. Everybody know Virgo's leading and all that. We just like, we win. Period. Point blank. It's just what it is. I love you back. Yeah, Tom and Ray it's like, I went back to visit the land 2021, and I ain't been back since because that shit, it ain't there no more. The land is there, but Tom and Ray so far off in the cut on the land, if you understand what I'm saying, meaning the essence of Tom and Ray is so far deep off in the land that I would have to literally trespass or whoever the fuck got their land in order to actually experience that vibration. So it was real sad. And when I went up there, it was raining and everything. It was real sad to go. You know what I mean? You feel it. It was no other place like that on this planet. There will never be another place like that. And I know what made it that way. What made Tom and Ray that grand is Dr. Malachi York. Nobody else would have been able to do that. He was the reason why when you walked on that land, you felt like you were on another planet. It didn't feel like Earth. It was called the Holy Land for a reason. When you walked onto Tom and Ray, you knew you were on holy grounds. You couldn't really explain it. And how am I telling you this? And I was only 2-3 years old, all right, when they came to arrest him and they wound up taking the land. Finally, they took it all together by like 2005. So I may have been like 6 years old. You know what I mean? How am I telling you all of this? Because I remember all of it. From 2 years old on up to 6 years old. I remember them years. You know what I mean? So it sometimes don't feel real. Because you look out here, it's like, what are we going to do? We'll never get back to that listening to these motherfuckers. They ain't going nowhere. We'll never get back to that. So I had to step up. And I started stepping up at 5 years old. So nice to meet you. But I've been on the way. I've been on my way for a long time. I'm like, somebody got to do something. Somebody got to stand up. We will never have that. And it was all about the children. So my thing is, everybody been running their mouth about Dr. York. What do we have for the children? You know what I mean? I got questions for everybody. 19 Keys, the Umar Johnson, everybody. I got questions for everybody who's still running their mouth talking to grown-ups. You know what I'm saying? I'm 25 now. You know what I mean? 20 years done passed since the land was officially taken. 22 years done passed since Dr. Malachi York was kidnapped. What have they provided for the children? What have they provided? Not what they planning on. It took you 22 years for you to decide that you're going to plan? What have they done? But everybody ran their mouth about what Dr. Malachi York did, and he actually did for the children. And they can never say that he didn't, y'all, because I'm one of those children. And look, when you see me and you hear me, and you looking at it, it's like I'm Superman that came to Earth. But back on Krypton, there was a lot of children like me. Y'all get what I'm saying? There were a lot of children like me, where I come from. There are a lot of boys and girls who on the same level or even higher, depending on what their upbringing was. But you would have never known it because they split everybody up, separated everybody. Some people probably listening to me now, like, I hear you. You know what I mean? I probably got some brothers and sisters who come through here. They were there, they feel it, and they just grateful somebody is gaining a voice to gain on Shaitan. You know what I mean? And let everybody know, let the world know what this is and who this is. Because we leave it up to the NOI, nobody would know who Dr. Malachi York is. right? And we leave it up to them. You know what I mean? We leave it up to the Hebrew Israelites and the Moors and nobody will know. And that's retarded to me. Because that's the most important thing that done happened in this whole movement. That we got that close. And that's why he opened up. When you hear the Dr. York Untold Truth documentary, he opened up by saying, he said, we went to war with them demons. He said demons in Putnam County. He said they tried everything. He said they tried locking brothers up. You know what I mean? They tried, assassination of character. They kept the building code violations, all kind of shit. Right? And he said, the reason being, he said, because they see that I've gotten closer than any other so-called leader has ever gotten. He said, so the question is, they asking, who can stop us now? Who can stand against us now? Right? They didn't have it. There was nothing they would have been able to do to stop the motion. It was too grand. And there were too many talks of unification and joining. Jacob York was a glitch in the fucking matrix. You feel what I'm saying? It was like Jacob York had to be the only thing that they could have relied on. It's like, it's weird. And I wonder if it's like, if it haunts him. I wonder if it be haunting that nigga. Like, because I remember one day, he was under one of these posts on the Shade Room. It's like 2-3 years ago. He was under the Shade Room. Jacob York is Dr. Malachi York's son. He was under the Shade Room, the one who brought the case against him and got everybody to side against him. But he was under the Shade Room talking about slander. And I responded to his comment. And I was like, you wouldn't know about slander, wouldn't you? And I said, free Dr. York. This nigga said, I wish I knew what the fuck the post was. He said, yeah, free Dr. York. I hope he gets out and comes and molests your children. Do y'all understand? The same way when Wack 100 was on Clubhouse talking about he care about children being molested and shit like that. But then when one of the young brothers was saying they got molested, because one of the young brothers who was saying that was on the other side of Wack and not sided with Wack to go against Dr. York, okay? The young brother didn't get molested by Dr. York. He didn't say nothing like it. He was saying he had been molested before. Wack 100 was like laughing and joking about it. And I called him out. I said, yo, for a nigga that's claiming that you so against not just molestation, pedophilia and all of that, how are you making a joke about it? And it fucked him up. Same question for Jacob York. How would you say you hope that somebody get out and molest somebody's children? Do y'all understand? These motherfuckers really be sick. Like, how could you say that if your whole thing was you went against Dr. York for saying that he did these things? How would your response be to somebody speaking about slander that you hope that this person gets out to do the act that you claim he did to get in there? Y'all with me? These are devils. They had to do. That's it. They didn't have anything else. They tried everything. They couldn't do anything else. I'm so disappointed in what this shit turned out to be and how everybody want me to be quiet and other. That shit blows my fucking nerves. It blows my nerves. How y'all gonna leave him in there? That's weird. That's weird. That's weird. So I didn't just sit on my hands. I said, fuck it. I'm going to get active. But I decided that shit so long ago. This shit became second nature, this life. It's second nature. I'm just on this walk until my number called. It's going to be that. We're going to try everything we can. We're going to do everything we can. Not try. We're going to do everything we can so that that record is continued to be set straight. That's why be on the lookout. We're about to start doing the classes on the language. That's coming with Mrs. Faise. Right? Hopefully that'll be within the next 2-3 days. The language classes. Okay, so we're going to start introducing the language tones. You'll see more of that. I just want everybody to be able to have the opportunity to come home the best way possible. I don't want anybody to keep kicking it like they care. I want people to actually care. That's it. Other than that, I'm not trying to hear it. I'm not even trying to hear it. They've wasted too many people's time, and people want their time not to be wasted, and that's what I'm here for. I'm a lawyer who's going to do a segment on that. I couldn't really see it because these comments is speeding past. It really be your own. It was. It was. He told Pops he was going to shoot him in the head because he wouldn't put money behind Lil' Kim. Who the fuck is Lil' Kim? Then Lil' Kim wound up being the reason why the females turned out how they turned out in our communities. Because she the one who seeded a lot of these motherfuckers who are the rappers now, who they know. Megan Thee Stallion, Cardi B, all these people, the city girls, they know what they've done. They know what they've caused. They know. Same reason why Cardi won't let her little girl listen to the shit. Cardi B won't let her daughter listen to her own music. Right? But all that, when it came down to the children, they don't give a fuck. The TikTok being dominated by children, they don't give a fuck. They don't care nothing about that. I'm a savage, classy, bougie, ratchet, whatever the fuck she was saying. They don't care that it was 7-year-old girls doing that dance. They don't care. They don't care nothing about that. 7-year-olds, 8-year-olds talking about they savages and ratchet and bougie and all this other stuff and doing grown-up dances. They don't care nothing about that. It doesn't matter as long as they get their money. Tell everybody to be hot girls, act like snakes and slitherines and, you know what I mean? Dress up. That was Megan Thee Stallion wearing a snake every 3 seconds now. They don't care. They don't care. Y'all understand? I just saw the Book of Clarence. I just saw that shit. That shit was hard. But because he wouldn't put Lil' Kim on or put money behind Lil' Kim, Jacob York got mad at him. And Dr. York told this story. I heard him tell it like verbatim. He was saying that Jacob York was saying he was going to come and kill him because he wouldn't put money behind him or put money behind Lil' Kim. Right? So when he told Doc that, he said, yo, I'm going to come and shoot. I'm going to come down to the land. I'm going to shoot you in the head. And Dr. York was like, okay, so what you think all these guys who standing around me going to do? You think they going to just let you shoot me? Come on now. What are you talking about? He said, be smart about this. This was how but his son, next thing you know, there's a case. You with me? So think about it. If Jacob York was saying his dad did all this shit, why the fuck would he be coming to his dad for some money? You with me? And then when his father say he not putting money behind Lil' Kim because she's a fucking porn star, he would not have been able to do that even if he wanted to because he's Dr. fucking York. It doesn't mix. It doesn't match. Right? And he didn't understand that. He's like, yo, how you going to ask me to put this behind? He said, I can't support that. Right? Because he didn't do that, now you got a case against him. That doesn't make sense, Jacob. That don't make sense. If you got an issue with this person, you got an issue with this person. If this person need to be out the streets, he need to be out the streets. He don't need to be out the streets because he wouldn't give you some money. Something wrong. Something wrong. And I'm not talking about something wrong to say Dr. York innocent, because that's a given. I'm saying something wrong. These motherfuckers who came against him was the ones who was doing the shit. They was the ones who, Dr. York said in a letter, and I was able to read that letter, and that letter was given to me in 2022, all right, by one of the sisters in the community that's able to write them. He said Jacob York was the true molester. And then I also heard him say on a phone call less than 2 years ago, Jacob York got put off for Tom Ray for molesting somebody. So I'm like, bro, wait a minute. These motherfuckers done got in trouble for molestation. All these people whose names was associated with the so-called victims, they had cases on them that were pending. All of a sudden, all that shit go away. Dr. York get locked up, then nobody got no cases no more. Y'all get how this go? Y'all understand this game? And that's why Dr. York was saying, he said, I love y'all anyway. And it fucked me up when I heard that shit. Right? But he's like, I love y'all anyway. He said, for your own soul, you should want to clear this up. For your own soul. He said, but I love y'all anyway. He said, Abigail, tell the truth. He was on the Habiba Washington, which you'll find her doing a recanted statement saying that none of this shit happened. And nobody want to listen to that shit. He said, Abigail, tell the truth. Tell that you're the one who, for one, was the bisexual, who's doing all that shit in the what do you call it, mansion parties. He said they were using his house to throw mansion parties when he be gone. He said he came back one day, somebody was naked in his tub. People sprawled all over the steps. He said, I was so naive to all of that. He said, I didn't know any of that stuff was going on. You with me? But hey, he knew that. He knew. Yeah, he did know. That's why he said they coming to supplant you, Jacob. He said they want to supplant you, Jacob. And Jacob means supplant. And Jacob is his son. And the root word of supplant is what? Plant. You understand? He knew that there was spies around and all kind of stuff. But the spies couldn't find shit. Think about it. The FBI got spies around. Why the fuck none of those spies had any information? They didn't catch. He was not caught in any type of act. Do y'all understand what I'm telling you? There was not a shred of evidence of anything they claimed that they had. They had nothing. Do y'all get it? They still moved through with the conviction. They had nothing, and they still moved through with the conviction. They tried to make his case private. He said, I don't want my case private. I want it public. He said, if I'm supposed to be this crazy man, this dangerous man who did all these things, he said, then why am I begging them to make my case public? They want to have a private court case. You know what I'm saying? He said, no, I want it to be public. No, it was a trial. He said, I want this shit to be public. He said, for you to even know that they have and it be that they're trying to keep it private, he said, that's to let you know they got something to hide right there. Look, there were people who was around people who was claiming that shit happened to them. Well, they were blocking them from the trial. They were blocking them. They wouldn't let them testify. Because you should be able to ask them questions like, yo, how you was saying this happened to you when you was over there when you was with me that night? You know what I'm saying? Or I literally lived there with you. Doc was not there that night. You just saying stuff. You know what I'm saying? They wouldn't let. It was a lot of people that had like, no, bro, you wasn't. So they couldn't really kick it, cause then you can't come. You coming around family, and family's like, yo, what are you talking about? You know you lying. You know what I mean? And it was fucking people up. So people wind up recanting. They say it was a lot of people, it was like 7 people that recanted their statement and said this never happened, y'all. They said a whole situation was set up by Jacob York. They went down to Florida. He said, I know how I could take my father down and just go along with this story. And they had to sit outside in the car and wait for the FBI to let them come in. They talked to the FBI and figured out what their story was. And Jacob threatened them people. He said, I already went to the feds about you. I told the feds what you did. Right? He said, so if you don't want to get arrested or lose your children, you're going to work with us. And they all worked with him because they were afraid. A lot of them were just afraid. Some of them were money hungry, but a lot of them were afraid because motherfucking Jacob had shit on them. And it's so crazy because a lot of this shit done came around full circle where the niggas who was involved, I grew up and I wound up working with some of them and they done told me that a lot of these people who was like people like Nikki Lopez, who was one of the main ones who was claiming to go against Pops, yo, she was really a molester. Like really one. Not even just a molester, like having sex with underage boys and all kind of stuff when she was up there. You with me? So it seemed like the motherfuckers who got the shit on them, they be the ones who brought the case against Pops. Do that make sense? So why is Nikki Lopez, who is known for molesting, the feds know what she did, how she's still out and free, and Dr. York is in prison for something he didn't do? That sounds like immunity to me. You with me? So a lot of people are afraid to be perjured. A lot of people are afraid to go to prison. This nigga Tariq Noel didn't know how many times he recanted his statement, which was weird. And I questioned him in front of 4,000 people on Clubhouse. I said, bro, which one is it? First you said it was 1 recanting, right? Then you said it was 2. Then you said it was 3. You said you recanted, you unrecanted, then you recanted again. Bro, why are you not in prison? Perjury, all that shit just went out the door when it came to these people. You know what I'm saying? But the feds weren't trying to hear that shit. That's why Dr. York said, and I got it on video, and I'll let y'all hear it. But I have it on video where Doc was saying Those people tried to come back and tell those people we were lying. He said, but they didn't want to hear that. He said, because we just want to take his land. He said, and the sheriff was like, as soon as the sheriff got him, he was like, I finally got that nigga. Sheriff Seals, a white guy, racist white guy, Putnam County. Sheriff Howard Seals was like, I finally got that nigga. And they said he got a voodoo doll of Dr. York in handcuffs on his desk. This shit deeper. So, okay, for everybody who got all this shit to say about Dr. Malachi York, all right, bitch ass niggas, what's going on with the children? You had 22 years to prove that you didn't have no bones in your body and that you was a slinky body. You had 22 years to prove that. You proved it. We're grateful for that. What about these children? What about all the youth that Dr. Malachi York was focused on? And it's so crazy because that's how they tried to paint him as a predator of the children. When I'm a child who was there. And we said, yo, didn't none of this shit take place? None of us were injured, nothing. There's the safest place we ever been in our life was Tamaray. Because of the essence itself that was associated with that land. I was there, nobody want to hear us. I go into the room, I'm like, yo, I was there. What are y'all talking about? Ask me a question. What are you saying? No, that didn't go down. The children wouldn't even be there. This was this. No, we had the women were over that. He didn't have nothing to do with that. I was answering them questions. Like, no. To the best of my ability, of course, I was young. But then you had other ones who were there too that was able to answer because they were older. But they don't want to talk to us. So you steady telling us what happened to us. And we steady telling you did nothing happen to us. And it's been 22 years. And we've been telling you for 22 years, nothing happened to us. And people still don't want to fucking listen. Because I think it makes people feel better about themselves. At the end of the day, I think that's all this shit is about. They wanted to feel better about their own weird ass selves. So all I'm asking is what's going on with the children? What do we have for them? What do we have to show for it? Children were allowed to run freely on the land day and night. No parent ever worried. Listen, I don't even know who the sister is. Rohubat. I don't know who that sister is. I don't know you, Sherry. All right. No, I'm not saying it disrespectfully. She's telling the truth. I don't know her from a can of paint or the nigga who built the can. She's telling 100% truth. That was one of the things that I used to love about Tamaray was as soon as we get out the car, we get to running. And I would look back and my Umi would never say, hold hands, stay together. That's the only place. If we went to a library, if we went to a gas station, if we went to the Dollar Tree, we had to hold hands or hold the buggy while she pushed the buggy. And you couldn't let go of the buggy. We were on 476 acres of land near the wilderness. And she never told us to stay together or hold hands. We just get there. As soon as my little feet touched the dirt, I ran. Do y'all understand what the fuck I just said? Do you realize that I'm a melanin dominant person? Which means that my mama is a melanin dominant mama. And do you understand that melanin dominant mamas don't play that shit? They don't play that shit. You already know. As soon as you get it, grab the buggy. You already know what the game is. They don't play that shit. So please explain to me what world would it exist in where I have a story for you that backs up what this lady is saying about us being able to run freely on the land. What world does that exist in? If there was even a hint, if there was even a small hint that some shit was going on with children. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. My mama held my hand walking into the school building to enroll me in pre-K. You know what I'm saying? I'm in school. I'm supposed to be safe. Children ain't safe in the school. You used to think they might have been, but now it's like, children ain't safe in the school. We were safe on that land. You're wrong about Dr. Malachi Z. York. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't want to talk to us, so we just look at you like you're delusional. That's weird. You telling me what's going on inside my bedroom. You telling me what's going on inside my house. You haven't been in my house. I've been in my house. You telling me my walls is green. I'm telling you they're white. You said, no, they're green. I'm like, no, the walls is white. Have you been there? I didn't have to be there. They're green. Okay, so you're delusional. That's delusion. You understand? But it's unfortunate because this is a man's life. You know what I mean? But hey, that's what it is. I don't know what you're talking about, Dovo. I don't know when we talked about that. Yeah. He came with the plan to save us all regardless of religion, and they hated him for it. Yeah, they wanted him to be on their team. They wanted him to wear their jersey and shit. I don't know, bro. Like, I really want to work with the NOI. I really do. I really want to work with everybody. But everybody be pissing me off a little bit, too. So you got to bear with me. I be getting, like, everybody really be pissing me off a little bit. Because I know y'all know who that is. I know they know. And it just get a little irky. And I be trying to, like it really get on my, it really get on my nerves. Because I know he wouldn't want it to be no shit. So I kind of keep that in mind. But, like, it's this spirit in me that's like, I just want to take this sword and just use it. You know what I mean? And I'm trying to hold on. Because I see all the little slick shit niggas is saying. You know what I mean? I see all the little slick shit niggas is doing. We really out here on the block with fucking cameras to record it and shit. I get it. I hear you. I see everything. Even when you're not getting over, I see everything. I'm trying to keep this shit cordial. I'm trying to keep this shit so cordial. But I could really get on one. I could get on one. Like, you can't do that. Y'all can't do that. You can't do that. No. He need help. Help him. I don't get it. I'm screaming at the screen like, yo, help him. You know what I mean? Let people know who that is. Niggas is naming everybody else for Black History Month. You notice that, right? Everybody else. All these folks is naming all these same poster people. You know what I mean? Everybody else get love. Savior Day around the corner for the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. Peace be upon him. All the love. But when it comes to Dr. York, they don't want to get his name out. Let people know who that is. Fight for the name. Do y'all realize we ain't talking about some man down the street? We speaking about probably the most important person in our whole story. Do y'all get what I just said? Like, do we always got to wait till somebody pass away? Is that what it take? It always take that. Someone has to pass away for people to finally say, because he's not a threat to you anymore. Oh, and we had a master teacher, Dr. York. You know what I mean? Which will make it tough on somebody like me, because then I got to find your address. And slap the shit out of you for waiting until he passed to say it. You know what I mean? I don't get it. I don't get it. He's still here. He's 80 damn years old. And still fighting to get out. He's an elder that's innocent, that dedicated his life to this whole movement and gave people the edge that they claim and they standing on now. All I'm going to say is I know niggas better start making some quick decisions because this shit it's gonna take a major turn. I will go to war with everybody. I will go to war with any and everybody, and I've trampled whole industries before. I'll go to war with any and everybody. Our brother needs help. Our brother needs light, love. He fought. He's an elder. We were taught to respect all the elders. All of them. Y'all will give love to Mandela. Mandela did 27 years, and he wasn't even a leader of the melanin-dominant people of the Western Hemisphere. People give love to him this month. I don't give a fuck about Black History Month. What I'm paying attention to the fact is, even though I don't give a fuck about it seems like people still think it means something, and the fact that they think it means something, they choose to mention all these other people, except the MVP. The MVP, arguably. I already said, let's go master for master. Don't nobody want to play. Nobody want to play master for master. Y'all notice that, right? They still have yet to address anything I said. They don't want to play. They don't want to play. All they want to keep saying is, everybody making it about this one man, and we don't do this one man thing. Only when it come to Dr. York. But when it come to Bobby Hemmett, you couldn't get his nuts out. Even if you tried. You use pliers. Niggas had wrenches. Niggas tried a little mechanism, put the chain on it, and drive the truck. Nuts still in your mouth. But the thing is, we ain't supposed to be looking up to one man. Only Doc. Y'all only do that for Dr. Melakazi York. Any other nigga, y'all run around looking like some fucking squirrels. Prepare for the damn winter. You with me? Y'all ain't gonna do it to him. No. I'm gonna wind up addressing this shit publicly. Cause I done tried it. I done tried to go to letter of Farrakhan teaching, and I'm gonna wind up addressing this shit for real. Like, no, bro, I don't give a fuck. Y'all are not going to do this. It is 2024. This has been an ongoing battle while y'all doing whatever the fuck y'all claiming y'all doing. You're not going to do this to him. You're not going to do this. You're not. Or I'm going to become the loudest motherfucker anybody ever heard. And ain't no elder, nobody going to be able to shut me up. I'm going to become the loudest, most aggressively poised being that exists on this planet about him. I don't care. Somebody got to help him. And I told Rod Hayes on record, you got to help him. So all that making YouTube videos, so here's why I'm doing this. You ain't got nothing to explain to me, nigga. You stepped out like you knew what you was talking about when it come to him. I asked, who of the family have y'all reached out to? Nobody, because I done called them and they don't know nothing about what y'all got going on. Okay, I held space. Pop said it was possible that a woman would get him out. I left room for that possibility. But everybody, even in the nation, on the telegrams, is saying, yo, we don't know what these folks is doing. They putting out false information about the green light on the White House and all kind of shit. And I got access to the telegrams to Mrs. Faise, so I know all that shit be going on. If I want to check it, I just ask her. So she showed me the shit. You know what I'm saying? Huh? Oh, they can't kick you out. We'll show up. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you can't keep out. We'll show us at any temple, every temple. We'll go to every temple in America and catch every update that way. And I mean, they can't kick you out. That ain't how this works. So I know how to come. But the Nubians and Sabians is having a conversation behind the scenes, and they like, bro, we don't know who this Empress lady is. She hasn't talked to anybody. The Moors is having conversations behind the scene. They like, yo, this lady's documents ain't right. Them badges ain't right. Them seals ain't right. She don't have anything on that land and all kind of. And look, I have no judgment to pass because I don't fucking know. But all I can say is something seemed fishy. And when I couldn't make it through, if I can't make it through a class, if I can't make it through your video, something wrong. The first video my mama sent me to about Rod Hayes was 2021, right? I watched 30 seconds and I turned it off. And she like, what you think about the video? I said, that's Dr. York shit. I said, whoever this nigga is, just another nigga talking Dr. York shit. I didn't even know who the fuck he was. But my mama sent me the shit. And she's like, what you think about it? I don't think about it. I didn't even watch it. I just heard a few seconds of it. I'm like, that's all. Same shit. I can't make it. I can't watch you niggas. People that send me links. As soon as I hear their voices, like, oh. You know what I mean? So I still say, look, I don't fuck with you. But if you say you're going to help Pop, okay, we'll see. We'll see. But I also had to let it be known on record that I already asked this nigga to help Pops. Almost 3 years ago now, I asked this nigga to help Pops. And he said Pops didn't need help. So that's some weird ass shit. I don't care what nobody say. It's weird. That's just weird, bro. So I don't know if people thought I was playing. But you can't just sneak out the back door on this one. Come be standing out there when you get there. You gotta help them. So I don't know what niggas is doing, but it need to be a video. If you're gonna do a video shit, for some reason private done became public all of a sudden. That's why I got up. If you watch that letter to Farrakhan, when the brother Young Elder was like riding, I'm saying they had to make a public address and some shit like that. Y'all seen when I got up and walked off screen? This was me trying to contain this shit like, like what? That ain't even how that works. That's not how that works. If you got some private shit going on, this literally is none of the public's affairs. Or what y'all say is business. It's none of their affairs. So all this, the land and, you know, I don't know what the hell they had. I watched a few seconds. You know what I mean? Because he was like, you got to watch your face. I fuck with Young Elder. I don't have no issue with him at all. I'm just going to be real with him. I couldn't watch that shit because she spent the first 13 minutes screaming at the screen about the fact that she was Big Mama and she didn't want no testosterone energy. And I'm looking like, I don't hear nobody yelling other than her. I don't even see what she's addressing. And she kept talking about douchoir. She's like, douchoir. You know what I'm saying? We ain't mentioning douchoir, which is Basil, that nigga. I'm like, yo, I don't get it. Because I'm Big Mama. The matriarch is here. I'm like, why is she talking so much then? It seems like the matriarch would know to get straight down to business. You know what I mean? For me, it's just like for somebody who was saying, don't display all that extra shit, she was displaying a lot of extra shit. And I'm waiting on her. I'm like, okay, I can endure this. It seems like a mama might be getting on somebody. But then it just drug. And it drug. And it drug. I'm like, bro, I don't want to watch this shit. I didn't know what it is. I didn't know. Then I was looking into the shit. I'm like, I don't know who the fuck. Who's Salagi? I don't know what none of this shit was. I was looking at the emblem, had the lady sitting on like the globe and the 2 brick formations. And I'm like, bro, what is this? Then I seen Cherokee. I'm like, Dr. York, not Cherokee. He said, you're master Native Americans of the Creek Nation. Cherokee sold out the Creeks. I'm like, all this is all bad. But I paid attention to the red bird, the blue color. I'm like, maybe he's talking, maybe he's speaking. But I don't know, bro. I don't know what that is. My point is, don't try to go quiet. Don't sneak out the back door. I see you. That's all I'm going to say. We'll see. And I have a timer set. We will see. But you can't go silent on this one. You cannot go quiet into the night and sneak around and start talking about some other shit. You know what I mean? No, this is your world mission now. This is your life mission to get Dr. Malachi Z. York out. And if he try to sneak his ass out that back door, I'm going to know that what I was saying was true. Because I said, do not try to use this particular name as no clickbait. Ooh, I can feel that shit boiling in me now. I can feel it boiling in me now. It feel like the good old days. I feel that shit. It feel like 2020. It feel like what I did in 2021, 2022. It feel like what done happened to the conscious community for playing around. Do not you. I remember I made a video Said, keep Dr. Malachi Z. York name out your motherfucking mouth. Before Will Smith did it, I did it. I just didn't scream. I said, keep Dr. York name out your mouth. Because you motherfuckers didn't want to say it before I said it. And now you only want to say it to try to tear him down. I said, that go for Hocus for a Fifth. That go for Whack 100. That go for Captain Tazariak. I said, that go for every motherfucking body. I think I named everybody. I think I literally put everybody's name on the list. Go check and see. Yours might be on there. Whoever y'all are. I said, keep his name out your mouth. And I had real G's walking up, approaching me at certain events, even the family events. And they was like, yo, Hocus for a Fifth is like big blood. I said, I don't give a fuck who or what he is. He could be that. Just be that, not mentioning Dr. York. I don't care. I don't have it in me. They should have installed that. I don't have it in me to give a fuck about none of the shit. Jay Prince being I don't care about none of that shit. I don't care. Nigga walk outside tomorrow, piano fall on their head. Now they ain't none of that no more. I don't fuck about that shit. That don't mean nothing to me. I'm the nigga that I'm not gonna disrespect no whole nation because I respect nation business. But I don't give a fuck who you are, rank or none of that. If I say you violated, you violated. You should understand a VL if you in this shit for real. In that shit for real. You should. You feel what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. Keep his name out your mouth. You know what I mean? So, no, you can't just play and try to get views off of his name. And no. I'm not going to forgive that. No. I don't accept that. He said, fuck around the source will deal with a nigga. I would deal with a nigga. That's the same thing I was telling your elder. He said, because the universe will get... I said, listen, I don't know who the universe is. I don't know who that is. He said, you got the divine, the universe will get back at a nigga for fucking around. I said, I'm the nigga who get back at a nigga for fucking around. I'm telling y'all, I ain't waiting on the universe. I ain't waiting on the universe when it came down to... The universe walked in, they said, what you doing? I said, I'm fucking the music industry up. They said, shit. They started grabbing shit, helping me. Shit, about time, god damn. They put their drinks down. They said, how long you been doing this shit? We've been waiting on you. The universe fuck with me. Karma love me. Karma love me. She don't have no problem with me. She don't fuck with me. She don't do shit to me. She know how to learn my lessons. I don't fuck with her. I don't get on her nerves. She rock with me. Oh yeah, I'm the universe. That's why I was telling all the little minions that was trying to come in. Somebody, we got some real goddess power. You know, anybody talking about Rod Hayes, we got real goddess power behind. I'm not trying to hear none of that shit. Get busy. I'm not trying to hear nothing. Get busy. You better help them. Because you done stepped into territory you ain't know what you were dealing with. Why you think we call Malachi Baba? You ain't hear me say that in the Survive song? Don't play around with this shit. This ain't no game. And it's getting a little too quiet for me. I'm starting to itch. And when I itch, I scratch. It's getting a little too quiet. A week ago, everybody was the fucking Big Mama. The land was walking, and land was sliding and shit. Earthquakes and kings crypting. It was all kind of shit happening a week ago. You know what I mean? Big Mama house. Martin Lawrence walked across the lawn. Okay. I said, motherfuckers. A U-Haul came in and said, matriarch is here. It had the matriarch letters on it. And I said, okay, all right. You know what I mean? Everybody had on their feathers and shit. You know what I mean? Shit was getting their lips, spitting it when they talking and shit. Okay, like a dandelion field, like this motherfucker. I'm like, all right, bet. Niggas is getting active. Next thing I know, niggas is going live to address why the fuck they doing this shit. But be quiet. Get busy. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? But the Native American community did not respond in a happy way about that shit. They did not like that. Them sovereigns was not playing about that shit. They said, we don't know what y'all talking about. That ain't how that go. That ain't how. But, you know what I mean? It's what it is. So, but I know Young Elder, he really on some, bro, we got to do something to get Pop out. I know he on that. But I told him, I don't know what these other motherfuckers is on. And I don't know Empress Rarebird. I don't know her. But I think I paid it. What was her lingo? I think she said Ashe when she got on, something like that. And she went to the sound bowls and some other shit, and we got to get love in there. I'm like, oh, shit. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what all that was about. Sound didn't even pick up on the sound bowls. You know what I'm saying? The webcam was like, I rebuke the blood. Y'all know it's late. I keep telling y'all when it get this late. You supposed to tell me to get out of here. The blood. The devil is a lie. But as soon as she said Ashe, I like, shit. You know what I mean? It's just because there's nothing wrong with the Ashe word. It's just that what they made it to be. Everybody that use it now is like, oh, shit. Huh? Like Grand Rise and all that shit. That's how I say project, though. I didn't hear what you said. You said this rising? Okay, cool. Like, yeah, like this rising. What's the difference? One of them grand, one of them was just normal? Oh, like this rising, like earlier this rising. Which is crazy because you saying you use rising. It's the rising shit too. Not saying you, which is like, you know, but hey, you walked into that one. Like, it's yeah, like they fucked the whole shit up. But it was a lady in the car earlier today who was somehow she actually Ashe, and her name was Sam. It was a lot of shit. Her name was Sam. She was somehow Ashe, but she wound up fucking with the music and shit like that. And she did say she was Muslim. There's a lot of stuff, yeah. But they fucked this whole community up. So when she said Ashe, I was like, shit. Because I was listening. I'm like, okay, cool. She came in. Said the matriarch is here. Big mama, da-da-da-da-da. But after a while, I'm like, she keeps saying the same shit. Basically keeps saying she here. You know, somebody over-introduced themselves. I'm like, all right, now what do you got? You know what I mean? So I ain't watched that shit. I will admit it. I ain't watched the whole shit. I tried. I did try. So I can't speak on some shit I ain't watched the whole thing. I don't know. We'll see. But I couldn't make it through it. It ain't my fault. It ain't my fault. I don't care what nobody say. Yeah, there's still hope. Hope ain't the strategy, though. But it's still hope. If a female comes between them books and Z, shawty gone. I don't know what you mean. Wish the community could unite, though. Yeah, I mean, hey, everybody keep trying to say that. I'm not the fucker that make everybody unite, though. Just because I'm coming and saying people is on some bullshit, I'm not the motherfucker that got to make everybody decide to not be full of shit no more. No, like, they had to do that shit on their damn self. People be full of shit. Y'all want me to unite with people who full of shit? That's not fair. That's not fair. That ain't how the Army move. The Navy SEALs don't move that way. The Masons don't move that way. You know what I mean? It's not fucking smart. If you see that these people are full of shit, maybe not unite with every motherfucking body. Maybe not. Maybe there's a reason why there's a word called exile. Maybe that word exists for a reason. You know what I mean? So, hey. So, yeah, I mean, the community, y'all can unite. But you better watch your back and your front and your left and your right. Don't use his name. It's not a game. I'm waiting on a motherfucker to play. Just play around. Act like you finna play. Position yourself like you gonna play. Y'all see my painting? You probably can't see the color. Yeah, you can't see the color because the green light shit. But yeah, we done with all that extra shit. I said what I said. All we need is 300. We coming like 144,000. Another roster mix or raw mix. It's short leg. I don't know who led short. Fair enough. I guess I'm idealistic. No, I mean, look, I get what you were saying. I'm just, I'm a pop man. I still get what you're saying. Play that Crank. What song are y'all talking about? Crank. I don't have no song called Crank. Kanye never helped him get out. Kanye was too busy trying to get Barabbas out. I'm detailed about the shit. Hocus got on my damn nerve because he started acting, I almost said something. Y'all know how them New Yorkers is. You know what I mean? Then you got like, y'all think I don't, listen, I actually filter myself a lot, believe it or not. Y'all know you got the dark skinned New Yorkers, but then them light skinned New Yorkers, them light skinned New York niggas. Oh, Jesus Christ! It's just them niggas is boy. That's a different breed. That's all I'm gonna say. Them light skinned New York niggas, bro. Whoa, the blood. It take the strength of 1,000 armies. You can't listen, bro. Listen, them light-skinned New York niggas, bro. What the hell? I don't know where the hell them niggas came from, how they got here, but them niggas be on some other shit, bro. They always on some other shit. It's like they be gangster, but they always whining about some shit. You know what I mean? It's like, bro. It's like you just want to bark or some shit, like, bro. Lift these weights, nigga. Damn. But yeah, Hocus for a fifth, he one of them light-skinned New York niggas. So they be cool with you until they get an attitude. You ever seen a nigga get an attitude? Yeah, women get attitudes. We know that. But you ever seen a nigga get an attitude? Like, his ass got an attitude with me. Next thing I know, he was in one of the rooms, actually the biggest room that happened on Clubhouse. He was in one of the rooms talking against Dr. York. But at first he wasn't really saying nothing. But he just started throwing like his little 2 cents in, saying, was you in his bedroom all the time? Was you always there? You know what I mean? You don't know who he is. I'm like, what the fuck? It just sounded like he would land on his stomach. It just, like, in my mind, he would land on his stomach. The phone was in front of him. He using one little finger to scroll. You know what I mean? He kicking his feet. Grown ass man. Gathering to gossip about somebody who you could have been speaking on behalf of this whole time, but you had like you didn't know who he was. And he's just on his stomach. That's all I saw. I see he's on his stomach, swinging his feet, moving the little thing up and down with the screen. Light-skinned New York niggas. You cannot heal that. You know what I mean? It's some other shit. It's like God got to intervene. You can't heal that. Boy, I've been wanting to say that shit for a long time. I said, it's a fucking epidemic. And them niggas is New York niggas a lot to deal with any man way. But this is for them to be light-skinned. It's just a lot of other shit. And it's a way that I think I'm the only motherfucker who get away with saying that shit. Because I don't give a fuck about nobody talking about no color. Bro, it's what it is. It's what it is. If it don't apply to you, then it don't. Then if it don't fly, let it fly. You know what I mean? You say, I'm from the Bronx. We can't speak for Queens niggas. Listen. Niggas be like... Niggas be like... Why you looking at me like that? You supposed to get me up there. You supposed to get me saved. Niggas be light-skinned from New York and be hollering Queens. Niggas, it's Queens all day, nigga. On my mother. It's Queens.
Pack it up. Pack it up. Time to go.
Dead ass B. This is Queens. I'm rocking Queens.
Yo.
It's Queens.
Watch the butters.
Watch the butters, money. On my mother, watch the butters. It's Queens, money. You mad wildin' right now. You bugging. No, you bugging, dog. You bugging. This is Queens. All that king shit, take it over there to the Bronx. Nigga, it's bugging. It's fucking Queens. It's Queens all day. Q. Hey. Yeah. So, yeah, I didn't inherit the light skin gene. I didn't inherit that shit. What the hell them niggas be on? You ain't got the nerve to be talking about a nigga. A dark-skinned nigga at that. You bugging, dog. On my mother?
It's not mother, it's mother.
I said
On my mother.
You too far away. I literally said mother. On my mother. Don't play with me, money. Dead ass? You're this is serious business. It's Queens. I can't. Why the fuck would nigga bang that shit and claim that shit? So you're right, yeah, we don't got nothing to do with I don't got nothing to do with the Queens ass niggas. I'm not from the Bronx. We don't got shit down here called Queens. You know what I'm saying? Princesses, none of that. What you talking about? Niggas, we play this shit safe. You can't even mistranslate this shit. We gave our zones numbers, niggas. You know what I mean? We got this. Our shit sound like some shit to make army movies out of. Nigga, I'm from Summerhill. Nigga, I'm from Campbellton. All this shit sound Venetian. Venetian sound like somebody that won a war. I'm from Venetian, nigga. I'm from Haygood. You know what I'm saying? You don't hear nobody down here talking, I'm from Queens, nigga. We Queens around this bitch. Nah, nigga. Hell no. All the Queens men. I mean, that shit interesting to me. No. That ain't finna fly. That don't fly, money. That don't fly, B. You wildin'. You bugged the fuck out. Why you playing with me? You know, money, you know my fucking body. Why you playing with me? Like if you said wish, you know my body. I know your what? Watch out. Huh? It's Queens, nigga. You know my body? What are you trying to tell me? What is this? It's Queens, nigga. You know my fucking body? My body different, is it? What did you do to it? It's Queens, nigga. My body different. Oh shit, what happened? Damn. You too? Oh shit. They call their shoes butters. You mean like the fucking Powerpuff Butters? What was it? No, what was the You got Buttercup. What was Butters? The fucking blanket nigga. No. One of the sons of Michael Jackson.
You're speaking too fast. Butters is from South Park. My God.
Okay. Wasn't Butters associated with Michael Jackson's shit? The fucking monkey? Or Bubbles? Butters, Bubbles, blankets. It's just niggas ain't supposed to be walking around with it. That's what I'm saying.
See, even other people are like South Park. Anyway, go ahead.
What is Butters, though?
Carry on.
It was somebody else that had Butters, didn't it? Somebody had Butters. I know, yeah, Michael Jackson had Bubbles and blankets and shit. But he was light-skinned. So, it ain't really, not too confusing. I get it. Yeah, Butters was South Park. And blanket. Yeah, Butters and blankets on their feet. I got on these Butters, nigga. You know my body. You know my fucking body. Sugars or forces, crazy talk. Yeah, that's some other shit. Nah, he was dark skinned. Michael Jackson was not dark skinned. What you talking about? That nigga said, I want to be like the others. Like, I don't know, bro. It's like, because people like, he didn't bleach his skin. It's like, did he not? Did he really not, though? Like, were you there? Do you really know he didn't? That nigga said he wanted to be like the others. Who the fuck is the others? And he came back bleached. He was like, you know my fucking body, nigga? My body different. You too? Why do I feel like someone is looking at me at night when I'm trying to go to bed? They probably are. No jokes. They probably are. You're probably being watched. It could be satellite technology. You could be watched through your webcams. You got like a computer in your room or something like that. They probably watching you through a webcam. Your phone. Or they got crystal ball technology. Somebody might be looking into your life. Or you could be dealing with somebody who has access to quantum stuff technology. You know what I mean? They could be near you. You could be being watched. I don't know, though. But it's possible. I always feel like somebody's watching me. Yeah, I will pick up the phone calls in a little bit. I'll let y'all know when I will get back on them. When I be going to rest. As soon as I get done clowning and shit, you gotta laugh. This shit'll drive you crazy having a brain like mine. It'll drive you the fuck off the wall. I'm supposed to come on here and read the Holy Tablets. Never get around to that shit. To all the light-skinned niggas, y'all know that wasn't personal, right? That shit was just designated to the area of Hocus 4/5. Because he just happened to be light-skinned. Needed that laugh today. I'm grateful that you was able to laugh, fam. I told you one of the keys to upregulation is laughter. Laughing literally upregulates the genes. So shit, nigga, laugh. That's what it is. Yeah, that don't go for every light skin, nigga. It's just the New York light skin. But if you from New York and you just happen to be light skinned and you one of my supporters, I'm not talking about you. All right? I'm talking about all them other niggas with butters on. You mean Tim's, nigga? Like, listen to how Tim's sound. Tim's sound like timber. Like, nigga got up in the AM and, you know what I'm saying, ripped off their sleeves of their shirt, grabbed the axe and went outside. Butters sound like, ooh, watch out. You know, yeah, you was about to spill something on my butters. Like, like, you know what I mean? It's just a different type of conversation. You get what I'm saying? It's a different, ooh, watch out. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if we was standing on the block and it was me and Hocus and I like, if some nigga finna crash, I'd be like, oh shit. And Hocus be like, oh. What the fuck is you doing, nigga? Nothing. They just finna crash next to my butters. I had to step out the way. You know what I mean? That shit is crazy. I'm telling you. You know what I mean? Like, niggas, like, Brody, what are you doing? I'm buffing my butters. You can't do that. You can't say it like that. I'm buffing I can't buff my butters? Like, come on. What are you talking about? Hey, bro, you can't do that. You got to send them in to get buffed. You can't do it. Like, it's already a lot that you own them. You have to send your butters in. And you can't tell them to buff them. You got to say, get them straight. You know what I mean? You got to stop also calling them butters. You know what I mean? You just sound like you're not supposed to. That's all bad. That's all bad. That's all bad, money. Stop it. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I don't, you know what I mean? Nigga had the nerve to be on his belly. You know what I mean? Laying down talking about pops. What the fuck? You get on my damn nerves. Butter me butter. Hell no. Go to rest. I'm from New York and I didn't realize how butters do sound tight. Hey, I'm just here. I'm just here. I'm not even speaking down on Butters or none of that. I'm just saying what it is. This nigga Hocus for a fifth be wearing Butters and shit and had nerve to come out against Pops. I don't like that shit. So I didn't care about him having no rank, no none of that. Get out with me. I don't like that. Yeah, he just sounded like he was on his belly. Like, if you gotta, I can't tell you where the room is at. It's like Creative Realities or something like that. What was it called? Creative Realities? Something. I can't remember where the fuck the room was at. But it was a big-ass room on Clubhouse. And I had been speaking about Dr. York for a long-ass time. And nobody didn't want to talk on him. But then, so they do a room on him. All these mods with like niggas like Omar White, Hocus for a fifth, all these other niggas. Wack 100 came. I think he came in. No, he might have come in another room. Oh, he might have been in that main room. One of them damn rooms he came in. But it's like all these niggas were like there to speak against him. And they were talking about it's not a biased room. I ain't like that shit. Hocus. Hocus, as in hocus pocus. Like, bro, you already fugazi. That shit fucked me up. I'm like, bro, what are you doing in here? I said, oh, that's funny, Hocus? That shit funny? He ain't respond to me. But he talked about it later in his own room. Like, he talking about how I was asking that. Then he got mad. He was like, what'd he say? He be trying to make himself sound like Tupac. He try to make himself sound. He don't actually talk like that. He talk like a down south nigga. I said, what the fuck nigga, do you even know what the fuck a down south nigga sound like? Like, what do y'all even be talking about? So I pulled up my video when I was 16 years old. And I'm like, listen to how I'm talking. Do it sound like I'm trying to talk like a down south nigga? This when I'm 16. Fuck, I look like trying to copy or play like I sound like this. Did you forget that I was raised up by the teachers of Dr. Malachi Z. York? Did you know Dr. York was from New York? What are you talking about? So inherently, I've grown up around New York tones. So if my voice sound like closer to a New Yorker, guess why? Nigga, the fuck, it wasn't Tupac, it was Dr. Malachi Z. York. What the hell are you talking about? Yeah. Oh, and also, New York people know how to pronounce a sentence for some reason. So I learned that too. Didn't have to be from New York to be able to do that. Nigga told me I was trying to sound like Tupac. I'm like, bro, what is wrong with this nigga? Ain't never said none of that shit. You need to be clowns. That's why I did a class on that. I said Hocus for a fifth is a clown. Nigga like, yo, you got to be careful. Everybody always tell me be careful. How careful do I got to be, nigga? Say what the fuck I want to say. I don't know what the hell y'all scared of. I ain't scared of nobody. Sing your worst. I ain't scared. Say what I want to say. Watch your mouth. Don't disrespect him. You start noticing a trend. You say, damn, seem like everybody who Faise come at done disrespected Dr. York in some way. Oh. You know what I mean? Or disrespecting me. I ain't just naming random niggas. I would never came at Young Pharaoh. He would never did that stupid shit. Why would you come for Dr. York? You know what I mean? That was stupid. I would never came at none of these people if they would never try to play them. But they all did. And so they all on the plate. Simple. Shouldn't have did that. I'm the nigga in the movie that's like the Equalizer who you thought was dead and then he come through. Nah, y'all gotta watch that Beekeeper movie. I'm the Beekeeper. I'm the Beekeeper. Slam my way to the top. I'm saying, you were saying we should get out of California in the next couple of months. When the hell did I say that? I ain't say nothing like that. I don't even know what's going on in Cali. I ain't say nothing like that. Yeah, The Beekeeper. It's a good-ass movie. What time is it? 2. But it was a good-ass movie. It had a lot of secrets in it, too. I know this off topic, but YP reminds me of a sketchy car salesman. Yeah, he's a fucking weirdo. I don't remember you saying, I ain't say nothing like that. I ain't say nothing about California. Y'all be getting me mixed up. Y'all know I'm not conscious community, right? I'm not none of them niggas. I'm not giving you no predictions about no earthquakes. I'm not doing none of that. Am I still doing the book of life? Yeah, I got yours. I put your name in there. It's a list. So when it come around to it, I'm gonna be going to everybody that's on the list, and that's when y'all send me in y'all stories. I got yours, Phil. Sketchy car sellers. What was the book from 1915? It's called The Electrical Experimenter. It was a newspaper. Electrical Experimenter. Yeah, I got you. I'm rocking with you. They put 2 whole projects out of public housing today with only $1,000. That's unfortunate. I sent you the email. For what? The new spirit to take mushrooms and use the Schumann resonance to lie to people. How the hell you gonna use a Schumann resonance to lie to people? What are you talking about? But yeah, they do be on that shroom shit. It's a new drug. They gotta be dope the fuck up. You be talking to them, nigga like, you see that? I'm like, see what? The man. I'm like, oh shit. How many? You ain't microdose, did you? Your ass went all in. The man. I'll probably be doing some work. This is like 2021, 2022. I'll probably be doing some very important work, all right, with one of them brothers, okay, who do the works. And we in the temple, this nigga sitting in the love seat, he chilling. I'm like, all right, it's time to do the work. I got the candle, I got the paperwork, I got the pens. You know what I mean? Like, yo, let's light this shit up. We about to go to war with the fucking beast, nigga. What are you doing? He said, the ceiling. I said, huh? He said, if you pay attention, the ceiling is like water. I'm looking at the ceiling like it's like no such thing. It's not like water. I'm like, what are you talking about? He said, that lady, she often comes to me. Y'all think I'm making this up? He said, she often comes to me. I'm not playing. Where my mom at? I'm so for real. She said, the lady in black, she often comes to me. If you pay attention to the ceiling, it's like water. I'm like, fuck, we're not getting no work done. We're not gonna be able to work. I'm gonna hand this nigga the pen. He gonna ask me for the shovel. I'm like, bro, we're inside. But the ceiling's like water. It's like it's coming down a little bit, but it's like, you know, I'm sorry, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I tripped. You don't gotta lie to me. You didn't have to tell me that. You fucking tripped at the wrong time, nigga. I had to do that shit by myself. Am I lying on me? When Omar came over and his ass was off the fucking shrooms. And y'all like, Omar, ain't that your name? Exactly. He got my same birth name. When it was time to go to work, that's why I told y'all when I became a traveler, a Mason at 16 years old, he bore witness to that. I don't even know what his page is or none of that. I ain't spoke to him in a long time. Right? Because he started rocking with the Baphomet shit and he went his way. So I don't know what he had. I don't even know what he doing. But he came over and it's like, we supposed to be doing work. This nigga off the fucking shrooms. That's why when one of my brothers came over, he came over to my house about a year or two ago. And he was like, I got a question for you. I said, what's up? He said, will you watch over me while I go out in the backyard? He said, I'm about to take some shrooms. You know what I mean? I just want you to watch over me. I said, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not cut out for that type of shit. I'm not finna be chasing you around the fucking yard explaining to you ain't no dinosaurs. I don't got time for that shit. I got stuff to do. I'm not even playing. He asked me and my mom asked me, we would watch over. I'm like, yo, look, I love you, but that ain't my shit. Don't do shrooms around me, nigga. You on your own. The fuck? How I'm gonna save you for some shit I can't see? The hell? You screaming, I'm screaming, where is that? Where? Fuck. The ceiling. Let's switch rooms. This ceiling too? Fuck. Nigga, the ceiling. I'm tripping with you? Hell no. No. I can't save you when I don't see the threat. That ain't fair. Just watch over me. Bro, no, watch over yourself. Don't eat the shroom. Do that one. Let's try. Watch this. Trash. See that? That's wipe. There you go. Safe. You don't need to be watched over. You're good. You can breathe. Do breath work with me. And guess what? When you're done with the breath work, you don't got to wait for the breath work to end. Nigga, you can still keep breathing. Life goes on. Fuck. You say, See the ceiling? No water. It's great, ain't it? This is what I do. This is what I do. Why you ain't did shrooms? Why I ain't did shrooms? I did my research. The fuck? Those just the bad trips. What's the good one? So, if anytime there's some shit going on and you awake and you seeing shit motherfucker can't see, you walking across the damn river and it's a street, oh no, I can't go with you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He's like, what the fuck? I didn't know there were cars here. Nigga, get the fuck in the house. Safest place for you. Up under the damn water ceilings, nigga. You can't be out here with real life. Niggas be chasing butterflies and shit. I've seen people lose their fucking mind on them damn shrooms. And people started promoting that shit. Said, we don't do these drugs no more. We do this drug. Okay. Then niggas try to tell me, you if you haven't taken it, you don't listen. We can't even explain to you what it's like. I hypothetically done hit a blunt before, nigga. Try me. You know what I mean? All that ceiling moving and the planet rotating and shit. Yeah, nigga, I experienced all that off of a fucking hit of a blunt, nigga. I don't hypothetically. You feel what I'm saying? I done did that shit before. I didn't need that. I didn't need to keep doing that shit. I was like, yo, I told you I done hit that shit one time hypothetically, and. You know what I mean? I was like, I ain't understand how motherfucker keep doing this shit. I look over to my left, motherfucker still hitting this shit. I'm like, oh, hell no. This is setup. You know what I mean? Then it's like, you think the shit probably could be laced, but it's like, it can't be that laced if the motherfucker keep hitting shit. Unless they immune to lace. And it's like, next thing you know, you paranoid trying to figure out how a motherfucker can be immune to lace. And you're like, hell no. I can't stay around. I remember, I told you was in the club, hypothetically, with some people, 2021, early 2021, right? I think we were celebrating one of these folks' birthday. I can't remember whose birthday. I had a group of folks who we used to always celebrate everybody's birthday. So I can't remember whose birthday, but we was all there, and they rolled up a blunt. My dumb ass was like, shit, let me hit that shit. Everybody looked at me like, what? Huh? Who? I said, what the fuck y'all talking about? They let me hit the fucking blunt. What the fuck you saying? They got to do this shit. I had only did this shit like 2 times before. So I do this shit. I done probably hypothetically smoked maybe like 6 times in my life since 2019. That was enough. I don't smoke. You know what I mean? And I don't advise anybody to fucking smoke because I don't fucking smoke. And it's a reason for that. But for some reason, my dumb ass was like, shit, let me hit the blunt. I hit that bitch. Okay, it was cool. They rotating the shit. It came back around me the second time. Then I was like, I started realizing, oh, it's been a while since this bitch has been back around to me. But motherfucker was holding the shit toward me. And I'm like, how long they been holding this shit toward me? And I'm like, okay, I'm good. And they closed me out the circle a little bit. And I started looking around the damn club. Everywhere I looked, it was a motherfucker that was looking whatever direction they was looking in. But when I would look at them, they turned and looked at me. And it's like all they faces was doing the same little weird ass shit. It's like their face was crawling. You know what I mean? And this ain't no joke. It's like their face was crawling. And that's the best way I can explain that shit to you. It was crawling around on itself, shape-shifting. And they looked like weird-ass, mangled demons. And it was everybody that I looked at in the club. So I looked at the bartender. She turned, looked at me. His face started crawling. The security guard was standing by the little exit sign. His face started turning. Every time I looked, and so by the time I said, all right, y'all, I'm about to head out. They said, we just got here. I said, yeah, but you know, it's late. You know, I'm high. Everybody looks like devils. I'm about to just head out. And I went out. I think I went outside, sat in the car for about 2 hours. I didn't even pull off. I think that was the safest thing for me to do. You know what I mean? And then I went home. I don't play around with that shit. So all that, you know, you see colors and shit, bro, you don't get the fuck out of town. Same shit. Psychedelics, nigga. Fuck. It's just a different thing that causes it to be psychic. Yo! Huh? You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. I don't know if I would have ever got over that. No, I done seen shit like that before. It didn't trip me out. I just didn't feel like it. I didn't feel like it. And then it's like, you know, you already like, oh, shit. I don't know how y'all like that feeling. Why do y'all like that all shit feeling? Everybody know what I'm talking about. You ever had that all shit feeling? I don't like that. I remember the first time I hypothetically smoked. First time in 2019. All right, I was with a female. was her birthday. It was around her birthday. It was one of that's September 7th, I think it was the exact date. And I'm cooling because she like, you sure you want to do this? I'm like, shit, I don't give a fuck. Cause I done already drank before and I can handle my liquor. Da, da, da. I'm like, I ain't worried about this shit. Nobody didn't explain to me it's not the same thing. Nobody explained to me you can't sip weed. I didn't know, hypothetically. So I didn't know. So hypothetically, I hit the shit. I'm like, okay, cool. We sitting out on her porch because we supposed to be writing some shit. And it was 2 beats. I remember it was 2 beats. One of the beats was a yellow beat, like the yellow, had a yellow cover art with like a ice cream cone on it. Another one was like a green cover art with like a popsicle art on it. So she asked me a question about, because after a while we done hit the show, okay, cool. She asked me a question about the damn cover art for the damn beat that we had just passed, right? And she was like, so what you think about the green popsicle stick? Or the green popsicle? I said, oh, you mean the yellow ice cream? Because I think she was trying to, in my mind, I'm thinking she trying to see, you know what I'm saying, like, if I'm high or not. I'm like, you ain't got me. But then she realized that I had passed that test. Like, yeah, I ain't high. I'm not, I'm winging this shit. But next thing I know, I'm like, wait a minute. Because it was somebody lawnmowing across the street. So I'm like, where the fuck did the lawnmower sound go? Then I went and found it. Listen, I went over to the right. I'm like, here it go. I'm like, where the fuck was the sound? Oh, shit. Wait, no. I started shaking it out. I said, no. Nope. Nope. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm like, oh, no, I ain't tripping. So she realized I'm tripping because I look over, she's just looking at me. But I'm like, maybe if I look away, she ain't gonna notice no more. But by now, she already fucking noticed, and I noticed she noticed, and I don't know that affects the whole experience. So I was chilling after that a little bit. I chilled down for a second, but then, this is why all that flat earth shit, I'm not going for it. I felt the planet Earth rotate. I felt the whole planet Earth do this. Now, I'm standing up like this. This is me. The planet did this. So I looked up in the sky and I seen some type of magnetic wave go across the sky, right? Which was the rotation motion of the fucking planet. However the planet moved, it worked with magnets. I know that shit from experience. I don't care what nobody say. This bitch rotating. It's rotating to such a degree that it's causing magnetic waves as it's rotating. And it was like a fucking movie because not only was I able to successfully find the lawnmower sound, and I'm chilling now I look up and I see this shit go. And I know I had to be tripping because if I was looking down the street and seeing it start down the street, and now I'm looking at the other side of the street, I must have moved my whole dumb ass head to do this and still trying to look like I ain't high. So when folk be doing little shit like that, they probably be seeing what the fuck I seen, right? So I did like this. I said, what the fuck? And then I looked over. I said, let's go in the house. I thought it was safer to go in the house. So I'm like, okay, we go in the house. Boom. So we probably writing some shit. I go in the house. Y'all, I was walking around in the living room for about 5 minutes, walking in a circle, rapping to myself. Then I realized, wait a minute. This ain't even my house. Oh, shit. I'm supposed to be writing something with a whole other fucking person. Her ass just sitting there waiting on me to stop walking in circles. And I ain't like that because you could have at least told me that I was walking in circles. She didn't tell me. So as somebody who's experienced, I would have expected her to grab me and be like, you walking in circles. She didn't do that. She just waited for me to stop walking and realize I was walking. So I'm like, okay, fuck it. So she's sitting in the couch. Or she's sitting in a sofa. I sit on the long couch. When I sit on the long couch, I started realizing, I'm like, the room, it feel like this bitch. Nah. Cause that can't happen. That's not possible. But it do feel like it. This bitch spinning. So I asked her for like a reference. I got to check in, fact check what was going on, because she was there with me. So I'm like, so I said, is it supposed to like? I said, it's supposed to feel like that. It's supposed to feel like the room spinning. She said, no. She said, that mean you paranoid. I said, I'm paranoid? I'm like, I'm not paranoid. So I sat back. I said, hell no, I'm a chill. Right? So I started looking at my hands. I don't know why I started looking at my hands. But as I'm observing my hands, I'm like, I got hands and shit. Wait. Why I got hands? Why no, that's normal. I'm supposed to have hands. This shit ain't helping. Next thing you know, the room ain't just spinning. My spine spinning with it. I'm like, I'm attached to this motherfucker. So I'm like, maybe if I lay down. Listen, y'all think I'm playing. I ain't making none of this shit up. Look, y'all, we come on here, we laugh, we kick it, but I don't make no stories up. All right? I don't make shit up. So I'm also not no comedian talking about some, I can't make this up. Kevin Hart, how they write that in when they make shit up? No. I literally experienced this shit. So I'm like, maybe if I lay the fuck down, it'll stop spinning. It didn't make the room stop spinning. It just changed my perspective of the spin. So when I'm sitting up straight, it's spinning like this. When I'm laying down, it's spinning. It's just spinning above me, which means it's spinning in front of me. So I'm like, this shit is all bad. You know what I mean? I started tripping and wigging the fuck out. Next thing I know, my heart started spinning inside my body. Now, that's the best way I can explain it to you. I don't know how else to explain it to you, but it felt like the heartbeat that I had was beating through my neck. So, for one, my heart beating through my neck and my heart spinning. There's some type of fire that I feel burning around my heart. It don't hurt. It just keeps spinning. So, I'm like, what the fuck done took place? So, next thing I know, I hear this transmission. I don't know if I should stop right now, but I'm going to let y'all know I'm not making anything up. And my mama might be on here, so she might be able to put the 100 emoji just to let y'all know that what I'm about to say is 100% truth. I hear this little static, like a motherfucker is switching through radio stations. Some type of transmission. So I'm like, what the hell? She's talking about some net beat. I'm like, what the hell? So somehow I tapped into the damn whatever the station was. That shit was coming through my heart. Y'all, there either is or was a ship on the side of this planet. It's a big ass ship on the side of our planet. And the transmission was coming, the signal was coming from the ship. And when they communicated with me, they started talking as me. All right, so it wasn't like, okay, look, everything I'm telling you is the truth. All right, everything. I started speaking out, okay? Not, I'm getting a message in my head. I started talking, but it wasn't me talking. So I fell behind my body. The first sounds that I was making sounded like I was underwater. But I was talking, but it sounded like if you could cover your ears up, and somebody, like you talking, but your ears are covered. But I'm not moving my mouth. I'm witnessing my body respond and speak, and I'm not doing it. Next thing I know, I fall on my face. Right? Like I'm already laying down, but I'm on my face now. And I start crying in this girl living room. Right? And I roll over and I say, I need to call my Umi. I said, will you hand me my phone? My phone was up on the couch arm where I was sitting at before I decided that if I laid down, the fucking spinning would stop. I said, will you hand, now look, no, she just normal high. She ain't experiencing nothing on this type of level. I said, well, yo, will you hand me my phone? Right? And I might be able to pull the girl on one day. Hypothetically, because I know she's somewhere on these damn social medias. I will be able to find her because this shit happened in 2019. She'll probably remember this shit, and she can tell y'all from her vantage point what the fuck she witnessed. Right? It'll be some funny shit. Maybe we'll see. I said, "Well, you have my phone?" And she was like, I really feel like, you doing a lot. I'm trying to feel my high. Whatever the fuck she was saying. She said, why do I need to hang your phone? I'm like, fuck it. So I got up, I grabbed my phone. Who do I call? It wasn't Ghostbusters. I called my mama. Right? I'm like, yo, I said, what I say as soon as she got on the phone? I said, I was letting you know, I smoked. And you know what I'm saying? This shit, I'm getting some messages. Something's happening. Right? Next thing I know, the water sound came back. I wasn't even talking to her no damn more. And I'm not allowed to tell y'all what I said. Because as soon as I finish say it, they not letting me say it. So I might have to skip over a whole part. Which might be the whole fucking part. Because I'm trying to say it. Anytime you're trying to say something and you can't say it, you're not supposed to. So I have to respect that. So I can't say what I said on the phone. But it wasn't me. It was the ones who were speaking. And they spoke directly to her. They didn't even want to talk to me. That's so fucked up. They used me. But they wanted to talk to her. And I can't say what they said. I want to say it. Y'all know me. I'm trying to get this shit out. But I'm not allowed to. When it gets to that point, you just can't. Even if I want to, you say don't speak it. I won't be allowed. So I know y'all think I'm trying to drag that, but this is me still trying to say what I'm trying to say. But I have to skip over a whole fucking part because they not letting me say this shit. So I will skip it. After that transmission, okay, you can see my mom right there, Federal Clan Records. She ain't saying that ain't true. When that happened? She was on the phone. Okay, so after the transmission, okay, I am allowed to say this. Damn, no, I'm not. So after the transmission, we recalled about it, and we were talking about how crazy this shit was. And then my mom wound up getting off the phone. Yeah, I called a few people. But yeah, after all that shit passed over, y'all realize I'm trying to bring this shit back together after having to skip a whole part. After that passed, the girl was sitting on her knees on the floor. And I'm sitting in front of her, because we still supposed to be writing, so we ain't wrote shit. Still supposed to be writing something. She talking about, you going to hear the music different now that I ain't hearing shit. I don't know what you're talking about. I just had a whole fucking encounter, you know what I mean, transmission situation, and I'm trying to still fathom how the fuck that just happened. You know what I mean? It was crazy, but I'm not allowed to say what it was. So I stuck my body outside of my body. I'm sitting in front of her. I leaned out of my body. I watched this girl look at me as I leaned out of my body. She didn't look at my body. She looked at the me that leaned out of my body. Then I leaned back in my body. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? I'm like, what the fuck? So I asked her, I said, what do you think? Because I done cried. I fell on my face. I am able to say that. I fell on my face. I cried. I asked my mama, I said, why didn't they listen? Because I wasn't speaking from this present or that present. I was speaking from a future. And they had showed me some shit. And I was crying. Look, right hand to the Most High. I was crying, y'all, on this girl's floor. Tears. I said, why didn't they listen? I wasn't crying talking about some, I just want to be a good person. I wasn't crying talking about some, my heart got, I was crying for the whole fucking world. They showed me some real crazy shit, right? That happened to this place. And I was standing in that time. So I said, why didn't they listen? And my mama was like, they don't ever listen. See, okay, watch this. See how she commented that shit, right? As I said it. Okay, boom, y'all know I ain't tripping. There we go. That's clarity right there if anybody needed it. She said that exact answer. She said, they don't never listen. I said, well, what am I supposed to do now? Because I felt something happening. I was leaving. I was leaving through my heart. And I'm thinking she understood that was happening because she said, well, you go on to the next reality and you try to help them there. Right? So it actually calmed me down a little bit because I was trying to figure out why there was a portal opening up above me. So the portal was hot pink, purple, and white. Those were the colors. Those were the swirls I saw. Literally the swirls that I visually saw as I'm laying now, rolling over, looking at a portal above me. The word love was in the portal. English, not no foreign extraterrestrial love, LOVE. I started to ascend into the portal. I started to panic, right? Now, I done got off the phone. I'm panicking. I'm like, wait, what's happening? What's happening? And I heard my own thoughts, which I'll have to say the voice, say, you asked to leave. And I did. I did ask to leave in 2019. I was ready to go, right? They said, you asked to leave. I said, yeah, but wait. I thought about my mama being here still, right? I'm like, wait. I said, no. I said, this ain't the time. I can't leave right now. I know I might have wanted to leave. I said, fuck the mission. I said all kind of shit. They said, nigga, we heard you. I said, no, I can't leave right now. I said, how do I stay? They said, only way you can stay is love. The same thing I was leaving through, y'all. Right hand to the Most High. On my whole soul. Same thing I was leaving through is how I stayed. I was leaving my body. Through my heart. Meaning, whatever was happening with my heart opened up a portal. And it allowed me to leave. And I said, how do I stay? They say, you got to stay through love. So I focused on two things to stay here. I focused on love. And I focused on my mother. Literally not one. That happened a few times. Me staying here because I didn't want to leave her here. You understand? That was the only reason why I stayed in this place. But I focused on that. I focused on my mother and love. That was it. And I started to feel like the gravity under my feet. Even though I'm laying down, I felt the gravity as if there was magnets under my feet. And I started to descend back into my body. And when it happened, I took a deep breath. I said, and I jumped up and went and sat back on the couch. And I'm shaking my hands. The high kind of blown now. Wherever the high was at, it ain't nowhere where the fuck it was at. It's kind of the fuck blown. A little bit, though. All right? Because the shit wound up remaining for another 20-some hours. All right? And that was another crazy thing about it. It was a whole other shit. We'll get to that. So I'm sitting on the couch now. And the girl is now sitting in the back in her sofa. And I asked her, I said, yo, I started speaking. Firstly, I said, will you record me? I said, because whatever I'm saying right now, I'm not going to remember, but I need people to hear what I'm about to say. This girl told me that she didn't want to record me because she thought it was selfish that I would even ask her. She said, I think that's selfish that you would even ask. I said, selfish how? She said, well, this is an experience. You know, I'm having an experience. And you're asking me to record you while I'm having this experience. And you kind of like messing that up for me. And in my mind, I'm like, fuck, because I'm not even in the mind. I know I'm not in the mind to do no selfie video. It's going to fuck the message up. But whatever I was saying, I'm like, I need you to record me because something coming through. And I need them to be able to access this. And she wouldn't dare record it. And to this day, I can't remember what I was saying. But I do remember asking her, I said, yo, what do you feel about what you just witnessed? Right? And she did respond to that. I said, what do you feel about what you just witnessed? She said, I'm not what you are. This is lit on my whole soul. I'm going to have to probably get on here. Because this was an important moment. She said, I'm not what you are. I said, what are you talking about? She said, I'm not what you are. I said, well, why would you say that? I said, what makes you say that? Because I knew she was telling the truth, but I didn't want her to be telling the truth because if she was telling the truth, then that made it even more lonely for me in that moment. And all I was by myself in that moment. I was alone in my sorrows, if you understand what I'm saying. Right? She said, I'm not what you are. I said, why are you saying that? What would make you say that? She said, because if I was, I would know. And this shit just fucked me up because she represented not just her. She represented so many people. And I done spent my life working to find out if I'm here by myself or if there are others who, you know what I mean, who will be able to activate. And when she said that, I don't think I ever felt that by myself because the only motherfucker who could have been there in that moment was that sister. And we had never dated or nothing like that. Nothing. It was always platonic. We ain't never been in no intimacy, nothing. Right? I just knew her for 6th grade and we wound up relinking just for that specific occasion of smoking, hypothetically. Right? But I still would have needed her to bear witness with me, but she was alone. I mean, she stood up by herself. I was by myself. So I accepted it, and it made it hard. Next thing I know, I look over, this girl rolling up again. I was offended. I said, what is the meaning of this? She said, what are you talking about? She said, she said, wait a minute. You're still high? I'm like, you're not? She rolled a whole different blunt. I got offended. I was ready to go home, but I had to eat first. So I went in her kitchen. She had like a pot of rice. When I knew I was high, is I didn't get no plate. I just walked back into the kitchen, into the living room with a pot of rice in my hand and a spoon. And I sat there. We were watching some Wanda Sykes, I think it was, some comedian on Netflix. And she sitting there laughing. I'm laughing. Then I look down and say, I ain't even grabbed no damn plate. I'm eating out the whole pot. Just rice. Not no rice with butter, not rice with salt, not rice with spinach and corn. Just rice. And the shit's smacking. I don't know why it's smacking, but it's like, I ain't never tasted rice that was like rice. I ain't never tasted no rice like that. And I don't encourage this. Ain't no promotion. I'm not telling nobody. Just saying like that was different rice. But I was ready to go. I called an Uber. You know what I mean? I don't know what the fuck I said to the Uber driver. I know I had to be talking his head off because whatever it was, at the end of it, he was like, yo, man, you keep walking on your journey. You know what I mean? Like, yo, brother, you are on your way. I don't know what the hell I said to this man. I had to be saying some other level shit to this nigga. Because by the time he dropped me off, he was like blessing me. Like, he like, bro, like, listen, you are gonna be something with this. You're gonna do something with this. I don't know what the fuck I said to this nigga. I'm like, what is this nigga saying? By the time, I didn't want to go inside because, I didn't want to do the walk. It wasn't really a walk of shame, but it's like, they're going to know. I didn't want to even do that. My mama knows. I ain't trying to like, you know what I mean? Everybody looking at me trying to figure out what. So I sat outside and I sat on a rock. And when I tell you that rock was breathing, I'm so serious.
I'm sorry.
This is a serious situation.
I know it's serious. I know.
The rock was breathing. And that's when I realized I don't need to do this. This isn't, how do people do this every day? And this is what happens to me. I ain't smoked her whole damn blunt. I hit that bitch a few times. I don't know what the fuck everybody else brain does, but my middle name Shaman. Shaman, Shaman. We didn't hit the blunt for no fucking reason. So, I don't fuck around. Last time before the last time, which the last time was a couple months ago, I think. But the last time before the last time was my birthday, 2022. Yeah, 2022. I out-smoked my damn brother who brought me this, who said, let's do this shit, hypothetically. And we sit in the car to the point where I'm passing him shit. He's saying he good. So I'm like, oh shit, this nigga do this shit. What the fuck did I just do? If he said he good, was I paying attention to what the fuck I was doing? Y'all, let me tell you something. I figured some shit out. Which is why I say I don't fuck with it. Because if I ever do the shit, it got to be for a reason. Right? I figured out that, and again, this ain't no promo. I figured out that if you hit the shit and hold the shit and send it to your brain, shit starts sparking. I felt shit sparking in my brain. I'm like, what the fuck? Shit felt like magnets going off and spark plugs. I'm like, oh shit. And then I'm like, I'm gonna do this shit again. I did the shit again. Sent the shit straight to my brain. They said, you ain't supposed to do that. I said, shit me. Sent the shit straight to my brain. I did that shit every time. And y'all, I got out the car. I went over to the tree. I hugged the tree. And I'm telling you, I had such explosive clarity. I started laughing. It was such an enlightened moment. And I said, I'm going to remember this. So I did remember it. And now when I take in my deep breaths, especially in the moments of meditation, I send that shit straight to my brain. And it's not the same thing, of course, because it's not nothing sitting there as a tool, but it does have a similar effect. You with me? Taking them deep breaths, sending it straight to the brain. Well, how do you send it to the brain? You focus on the brain. Literally, focus on it. And like you sending oxygen straight to the brain. So they said we ain't supposed to do that shit, but I did that shit, and bro, I was straight. I was good. I ain't trip out. I went paranoid. I went into my room. I laid in my, I did. I think I might have tripped a little bit because I went in my room and I had a big ass mirror in my room. I turned the light off. Went in my room. I stared into the mirror. I saw a green aura around my body. Remember, this is 2022. Wasn't no talks or no green light movement, none of that. I saw a green aura around my body. In the dark, with no light. A green silhouette of my body. You understand? So I did see that. But I had to eventually stop looking into the mirror because it felt like I was trading places with the mirror. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I don't know what this is. I ain't trying to do this. And I wasn't able to stop the shit. But my point is, I don't do that type of shit. Because, this shit is, it ain't for me. It's not for me. Maybe for some other people, but it's not for me. You know what I mean? And I had gurus, life coaches, people who told me, yo, you need to do shrooms. He said, when you do shrooms, you're going to open this door. When you do shrooms, I said, I bet. But it ain't going to happen no time damn soon. You know what I mean? Devo be tripping. Green auras of the trees. Yeah, I be hugging trees. I don't know why people be like saying tree huggers like it's a disrespect. You know what I mean? Listen, if you ever feel bad, y'all, let me give you a gem. If you ever feel bad, like you really feeling real bad, like it's on you heavy, go hug a tree. Go hug a tree. They overstand. They done seen a lot. They tied into other trees that have been here 30, 40, 50, 60 years. Hundreds of years. They done seen a lot. It was a tree that they had been there 10,000 years. You feel what I'm saying? Trees have seen a lot. They've seen y'all go through a lot. They know all of your pain. They know all your sorrows. You hear me? I'm telling you something. I done been through a lot of shit where I literally was overwhelmed by energy before. And I've gone to trees and hugged a tree and shit like, it's a whole different feeling. They'll take it from you. With this type of stuff, you don't got to believe me. Try it. Now, they say with us, if you hug a human being, okay, you got the endorphins, oxytocin, serotonin, all this type of stuff that could be released because of it. Mostly the oxytocin, okay? Rarely you have like the explosions of endorphins, but it's like it heals you to hug somebody. Which is why I was telling you people shouldn't have abandoned people who were saying they had COVID. They just needed somebody to touch them. They just needed somebody to care about them. Care about the sick people. When somebody's sick, look after them. Like when you say take care, the key word is care. Like it's okay to touch them. Remember the mother will walk in and you say she say you got a fever or you don't look so good and she touched your forehead, you automatically started feeling better. It's like because she came and put her hand on your forehead, the back of that hand, it's almost like you started feeling better immediately. You with me? And because she bringing you the chicken noodle soup instead of you having to go fix the shit, she brought you the tea, you start feeling better. It was life, you know what I'm saying, that was being transferred. So going over to a tree and hugging a tree, it will help you. And all I can say is don't believe me. Go do it. If you ever feeling bad, even if you're not feeling bad, make friends with the trees that's in your neighborhood. I got a tree outside that I have a personal connection with because it took something that was very heavy from me. So it's like, it's a personal thing. That it's personal. I have a connection with that tree. I think about that tree. Are y'all listening to what I'm telling you? They want us to think nothing of it. Think nothing of this. They want us to just cut trees down and, you know what I mean, piss on the trees and, you know, no. Those trees are living. I have a connection with that tree. That tree said, I got you. And they can do that forever. You with me? That's some powerful shit. So don't let nobody they always try to put a stigma on the shit that works. That's a mystery, ain't it? That you can go outside and hug something that we ain't supposed to think is even living. But it is literally alive. Scientifically proven to be alive and breathing. You understand? We supposed not think nothing of it. But no, go hug them trees. You depressed? Hug trees. I know it sound spooky or whatever to some people. Whatever. Hug trees. You going through some shit, heartbreak. Go hug a tree. You might got to hug it for a little longer, but it's going to mend that heart. I'm telling you, this is sacred. An advanced secret was sacred. Yeah, they want to burn the trees down, cut them down, build concrete above it, build a kingdom above God's kingdom, cut down the trees. They've been doing the same shit since the Bible, talk about cut down all the trees. You know what I mean? No, we ain't doing that. So yeah, I'm telling y'all, I'm gonna teach you what you can use. everything I've been taught, I'm gonna give you. There wasn't no point in me coming through here. I'm gonna tell you everything I was given. And I was given a lot of sciences. 90% of the shit you ain't heard. 94%. 95%. You ain't heard of this shit. But we're gonna get there. Don't nothing start in the spring without the tree spreading its pollen. We need the trees. So don't ever forget that. But that's the key. Feeling overwhelmed? Hug a tree. Even when you're not, hug a tree. Okay? And they'll be there for you. They got your back. My people, some trees is the biz. Okay? Anything that changed, mass lived. I see that. For sure. Put your feet in that grass. Hell yeah. I tell y'all, it's some shit coming now. It's some shit coming. I'm going to prepare you for it. Now, I don't know negative thing. It's very positive. Okay? But I told you already about the science of prostration. Okay? We might got to do a whole class on that. All right? Put your forehead in that grass. Put your forehead to that dirt. Okay? It's a whole different sensation. It's called grounding, as a matter of fact. It's a science. But don't be nervous about prayer and prostration. It was passed down to you for a reason. But I put my forehead to that ground. I don't care what nobody say. And I was not raised Muslim. I took the Muslim walk. But I'm not raised a Muslim. And I still prostrate because it's almost indescribable. You got to really just go for it and give it all away. Give it all to the Most High or give it all to Mother Nature. Whatever you need to say to make yourself feel better, do it. But prostration is like, it's an art. It's a whole art. And I'm telling y'all, everybody try to kick it like, you know, prayer, meditate, all this other stuff is pseudoscience. All this. Listen, they wouldn't be able to go toe to toe with me if we were to go like really on a scholarly debate or any of this shit. They wouldn't be able to do that shit, y'all. So when they try to kick it like nigga ain't conscious because he's speaking about this type of stuff, don't fall for it. Don't fall for it. Because it's the conscious ones who know none of these sciences were supposed to be disregarded. You got to use all of them. All of them. Like, can you call on the name Jesus without feeling like you lessening yourself? No? Okay, you don't know. You don't know what game you playing. Has Jesus ever helped you? No? You don't know what game you playing. Jesus has helped me. Yeshua came through and helped me. I was dying. I had just came back from a tour with Montana 300. I have a testimony of Jesus. And I'm conscious. Then a motherfucker. And which a motherfucker would say, this ain't that. You know what I mean? But I'm telling you, all right, I'm not talking about no white man. No, listen. All I could tell you is I was dying. I know I was dying. And my body was shutting down. Something got on it. It was shutting down. And there was a spirit. And the spirit was like, get up. I said, all I got to do is just get up. My mama was there for that. My mama was there for every damn thing. Right? She got to write a book, Raising Omari. Or Raising Faise. I said, all I got to do is get up. Spirit said, get up. It was a green light spirit. It was moving around my chest area. It said, get up. And I didn't just get up. Something picked me up. Like how you help somebody up. I didn't feel no hands or nothing like that. But I did feel the magnetism of something there. Something picked me up. And I went from not being able to move. I crawled to my mama's door. I went from not being able to move to being up and moving around in my room and explaining to her what just happened. I crawled to my mother's door. I couldn't even fucking get up. I was passing by. It was a Coca-Cola on her office desk, which I had to pass by her office to get to her room. I couldn't even muster up the energy to get up and grab the Coca-Cola because I was feeling dehydrated, all of that. But out of nowhere, some said, get up. And I'm like, all I got to do is just get up. They said, get up. And I didn't say, no, I can't or none of that. I just got up. And then when I got up, I was better. I don't know how the fuck. I don't damn know. All I can say is when I wondered who that spirit was, the answer came through Jesus. So remember, this is a game, right? If you don't know what that is, if you don't have that testimony, I don't know if you know what game you playing. Okay? You can say Yahshua, Isa, whatever. It was a green light force. Okay? And it picked me up. And this was back in 2021. Okay? I went on tour in 2021. Came back in November, I think 24, right before Thanksgiving. Or somewhere around that time. Right? Or I think I might have came on the 29th. Came back on the 29th. Right? So everything I just told you was true. I got a testimony. I got a testimony about pleading the blood of Jesus. Where my brother was injured badly. And he rode to the hospital in an ambulance. And we got there. And I called my dad. I'm like, he's irresponsive. I don't know what's going to happen. You know what I mean? He can barely move. He said, I know what to do. He said, go to a dark room. Where you at? I said, I'm in the hallway. He said, go to the bathroom. I went in the bathroom. He said, turn the light off. I turned the light off. He said, you need to stand in a mirror. I stood in the mirror. He said, now, I need you to say this. He said, son, I don't know if you got the spirit or da-da-da-da-da. He said, but I need you to say this. He said, I need you to believe it, da-da-da-da-da. He said, I plead the blood. I plead the blood of Jesus. I plead the blood of Jesus. Right? So I didn't hesitate. I just did whatever the fuck the nigga said do. This is back in 2018. I just did what he said do. And he said, what did he say? He said, you do this, it's going to work. He said, your brother's going to be laughing. Right? He said, I plead the blood. He said, your brother's going to be laughing. He'll be all right. Y'all, right hand to the Most High on my whole soul. I said it. I said, I plead the blood of Jesus. I plead the blood of Jesus. Right? I came out. My brother was sitting up. And when I got over to him, he was laughing about some shit. I don't remember what he was laughing about, but he was laughing. I'm like, wait a minute. And I told my dad, he busts out laughing. Right? He's like, praise God. And he got off the phone. Simple. So I have a testimony about Jesus. I don't care what nobody say. Like, I don't run with that program, though, because I know the whole program has been finessed and hijacked. And they got everybody on some spookism shit. But there is truth to everything. And I bear witness to the power of the Christ. I bear witness to that. And I'm not foolish enough to think that that was me talking to me. Because I didn't know that voice until I heard it. Now, you could say if possible was a higher version. Okay, you could try to do all that. But I'm okay with letting you know that wasn't me. And it wasn't me that picked me up. I got up, but somebody helped me. And that wasn't me. And when I asked who it was, clear as day, I heard Jesus. And I tried to translate it. I was like, you talking about Yeshua? Jesus. That was it. So I have a testimony. I got a testimony about a lot of shit. You know what I mean? I done ran across all kind of deities. I met Atum Ray. Atum Ray. I was over some lady house who was homeless. I might have been in 11th grade. I was over some lady house who was dating my stepfather. And I went to rest on her couch. So as soon as I went into the resting state, or was about to go into the resting state, my body started shaking. Right? Not my actual body, meaning you would have went in there and seen it, but there's this like a, anybody who ever experienced sleep paralysis, you know what I'm talking about. It's like this magnetism that you feel. So I felt that. Like these waves or frequencies or vibrations is the best way to put it. So I felt those, and I ended up on Tamaray, what looked like the old land of Tamaray. There was a lot of people standing out there, and the land was like the Tamaray wasn't there. It was just the land. So everybody was standing out there on the land. It was a little dark, kind of like early AM, you know what I'm saying? Or late night, or right when it's finna get dark, right? So you can still kind of see the hue of the sky. And everybody was just looking at me. And I didn't understand why they was all looking at me, right? And I walked over into the center through everybody, and there was a little pyramid that was about my size, about my height, with no capstone. And I took my hands and put it on top of the area where the capstone would be, and it started to glow pink. And there were 4 veins coming from each side face, not the corners, each face of the pyramids. 4 veins that was coming up out the ground, like roots. That's the best way I could put it, roots. And when I touched the top of it, the pyramid glowed hot pink. And it was like this foggy mist inside the pyramid, like a white mist. And the top of the pyramid covering was glass, so I could see through it, right? But there was no capstone. So my hands are flat on the pyramid, and the pyramid started glowing pink. And the veins started to glow pink too. And everybody's eyes was lit up, and it was almost like they wanted to celebrate, but they was like still waiting and looking at me. And then, I don't know if I heard, did I hear it? I think I might have heard a voice on a megaphone. It was some sheriff-looking people with the cowboy hats on horses in the front of the land. And I walked over to the front of the land, and everybody moved out of the way. They were letting me move. I walked over to the front of the land, and there was a brick wall that formed in between me and the sheriffs. I didn't do it. It just formed. And on the brick wall was 2 words, Atum Ray. Okay? From my left to my right, Atum Ray. Right? And now I can't see these guys anymore. The bricks that were in between the letters, okay, fell off. And all that was left was the brick form of the letters. Right? Atum Ray. Now I can't see, meaning they disappeared. I walked in the center of the Atum and the Ray. So in the space between Atum and Ray, I walked in the center of it. And it's like the layers started becoming infinite. There was a long, infinite hallway of all the different layers of Atum Ray. It started to layer upon itself, stretching across the street. I walked down that, and I started to get sucked in like a portal. I came out on the other end in a realm that was so dark. This ain't gonna make sense, but this is how I had to explain it even then, as an 11th grader, to people who was around me who probably thought I was crazy. I said, the realm was so dark, it appeared light. It was so black that it appeared light. So the best way I can explain it for you to understand it is the color gray. That's the best way I can explain it. It was not the color gray. But the best way I can explain it to you is to say gray. That's how you can comprehend what I'm saying. I know that. Because other than that, there's no word. I don't have the words. to explain that type of darkness. But there was an awareness that came with it. So it had to be deeper than visible light. Okay, that may have been why it was bright, from some type of awareness. So Atum Ray appeared. When Atum Ray appeared, it was not some man standing in front of me. It was, firstly, he was too large, too grand to be seen by me. Wherever I was at, it's like there was not enough space for me to behold him. I was only able to detect that his presence was there. All he did was lean forward just a little bit. Now, keep in mind what I'm telling you now. He was too large. There's no light shining on him or nothing. But whoever this being is, Atum Ray, I was brought into his reality. He summoned me. He was too large for me to behold him. But I felt his presence. I could detect it. So I knew he was there in whatever realm that was. I felt that he leaned forward. And when he leaned forward, y'all, my whole body felt like I was electrocuted. His presence electrocuted the shit out of me. Just from him leaning, he never spoke, nothing, but he leaned forward. And I felt electrocuted. It didn't hurt. So I came back here into this reality. And when I got back here, I was sitting on that couch. I looked into the kitchen because the couch was facing like her patio area leading out into the backyard. And to the right was the kitchen. To the left was her fireplace. She had a big telescope, all that. So I'm sitting on the couch. I look over to the right. And in the kitchen, there were deities, okay, that appeared with that same headdress looking effect. But it was silhouettes. And what was their color? Hot pink. I looked over and saw deities standing in my kitchen. And I'm saying deities because they had on them headdresses and them animals, right? And they was all hot pink. They were hot pink images. And I'm electrocuted still. I'm shaking. I'm feeling these spark plugs go off in my brain, all kind of shit. And if I'm lying, I'm flying. As soon as this experience was shut down and they disappeared and faded away and I was able to move again, who you think I ran to go tell? My mama. So everything I'm telling y'all, I done told her. You know what I mean? She know I ain't lying. Look, she was there when I could barely speak because I had to stumble, halfway crawl up the stairs because it was almost like I had to get used to my body again. I'm crawling up the stairs. I go into the room. I'm at the foot of the bed. I'm like out of breath, holding on to the bed frame, like on my knees. And I'm like, Umi, Atum Ray is real. Atum Ray is a real being. She was like, yeah. I said, no, not yeah. No, yeah. Atum Ray, Umi. Atum Ray is real. And then she started to listen to what I was saying. Because, of course, we know about it. But that knowing, oh, yeah. So anybody get to say, Atum Ray is an attribute. Bullshit. Atum Ray summoned me. And I still can't tell you what he looked like. But I could tell you, whoever he is a masculine being. And he's larger than life. Because he was too large for me to even behold him. He took up the whole fucking realm. But when he moved forward, whatever happens when he moved, you can't even be there. You can't even fucking be there because that nigga flinched a little bit forward. And I felt like my body was every molecule was being switched around with electricity. I ain't never felt no shit like that. And notice I didn't say he came to me like, my son, you know what I mean? I have a mission for you. All that's bullshit. When people talk about they mean with deities, I call bullshit. You probably had a good dream about it, but I call bullshit because, yep, I'm just going to tell you like it is. So Atum Ray is real. Jesus is real, just not how they're trying to kick it. But that force that people have been speaking about is real. They probably done switched the fucking tones around. I don't know what happened. But all I can say is I bear witness. Notice I'm not saying that I'm him. Even in the Survive song, I said, I'm not saying my name Jesus, my name Omari. However, all right, because I was talking to my dad about this. I was like, yo, I said, remember, we are them beings. So Superman's super to everybody else. But if you come from where Superman coming from, you got them abilities, you're in that hierarchy. You with me? Or you a part of them ranks. So I'm not claiming to be Jesus. However, I am Omari. And I'm telling you, anything they need me to know, I'm going to know it. Even if by accident, which is no such thing, I'm going to know what I need to know. They're going to let me know. Because they looking at everything. They see the whole field. They say, okay, he's still surviving. He's still doing. He's still listening. He's still making moves. They'll snip and cut shit, make certain events take off, and they right there with me. They wouldn't let me die. They didn't let me die. They could have let me die a few times. They didn't let me die. But when I said I was ready to go, they opened the door and said, all right, here we go. I said, how I go back? They showed me how I can go back. You know what I'm saying? But everything I told y'all is true. I experienced Atum Ray. That's a real being. And it ain't nothing to play with. I know Baphomet is real. Baphomet is real because I done had to fight him a bunch of times. And he looked just like the fucking drawings. Which is weird because they be like, it's just a symbol. It's just a symbol. They got you scared of symbols with spookism. I don't think Bobby Hemming was light enough to astral project. I don't think he could have fucking stomached it. So I don't know if he understand what he really was saying. Like, bro, you telling people these things just symbols. Do you know that the universe is mind? All is mental. Or all is mind, the universe is mental. Do you understand that? Okay, well then, if somebody putting a symbol to this shit, this motherfucker exists somewhere. And I done fought this man before. I done fought this man so many different ways. I remember I was younger and I had a dream. This was an actual dream, not astral projection. I had a dream that we had to pack up and leave. And we had to just keep walking. We were told to keep walking. And we wound up walking up into the sky. But we didn't see the, what do you call it? We couldn't see the bridge. There was nothing there that we could see. We just started walking up. We had to keep walking up. And the catch was you can't go back because every time you take a step forward, the last person, who was me, who was behind my mama, had a stroller and everything. The last person who was in the back, the person who, after they take that step, the bridge started disappearing behind us. So nobody could even come up where we was at. And we kept walking. I looked over to my left. And Yeshua, who was a melanin dominant male with an afro, was fighting a Caucasian Jesus. Interestingly enough, he looked like the white Jesus. So it was like the black Jesus and the white Jesus was fighting. The white Jesus image being, he was using fire. Yeshua was using lightning. You understand? And I remember before we was finna walk about the planet, I was rooting for Yeshua to win. I'm like, lightning gonna beat fire anyway. And we went. I had to be like 6 years old because we were living in Stone Mountain. So like, yeah, 6 years old when I had that dream. You with me? So it's like, yo, I've experienced a lot of shit, y'all. And I bear witness to all of it. You know what I mean? I done seen sprites. I done seen imps. Okay? I done been attacked by incubi, succubi. All right? I know they're real. Demons are real, not just some figments of our imagination or some spirit guides. No, there's a lot of fucking different forms of them. I done been trapped in dreams. I done woke up from a dream just to wake up inside that dream again. So try to wake up again, I'm waking up in another dream. And in another, I done woke up 9 times before. You know what I'm saying? Shook the shit out of me. I'm like, all right, this is the 8th fucking time. What the hell? You know what I mean? 9th time, like, I'm thinking this shit over with. I'm fucking stuck. But then I had to switch my way back over here. I done got trapped. I'd have been chased through realms. Motherfucker done came and followed me through here before. You know what I mean? All kind of stuff, y'all. If you was able to be around me, you would know I ain't tripping. I ain't lying. My brother was in when we was homeless. We had to go through our situation in 2019. We had a white car that one of the brothers, Scott, one of the Mason brothers, gave me, you know what I'm saying, to use the car. And eventually he wound up giving me that as a gift. But we was actually leaning back in the car. I was in the driver's seat, he in the passenger seat. We came from one of these barn fires. The conscious community was doing like these barn fires, right? And we was sitting in front of one of the elders' houses that had the people in the back doing their thing. And we were just going to crash out there because we had nowhere to damn go. And I experienced the vibrations that onset that altered state, the sleep paralysis state. And I looked over to my left, and it was some light-skinned looking bald head being that was looking through the window. Now, this probably would have scared the shit out of somebody. But for me, it's normal. I'm like, okay, cool. I don't know what the fuck this nigga doing. But there was some beings who was walking through the neighborhood. They was huge. I couldn't see them, but I could feel them moving. They were huge as fuck, like giants. And I remember shaking through the sleep paralysis and talking to my brother about it. And he was like, he saw a light-skinned man standing outside the window. I said, wait a minute, what? He said, yeah, I saw a light-skinned man standing outside the window. I said, bro, you looked through my window? He was like, yeah. I'm like, bro, you know you ain't gonna never be able to forget this shit, right? Like, once you around me, you bear witness. You get to see this shit. You know you ain't gonna be able to forget that, right? This nigga looked through my window to see what I was seeing, which was fucking crazy. I ain't never heard no shit like that. You with me? And he was describing exactly what the fuck I saw to my left. So we both saw it. And what Dr. York used to say, I don't mind being called crazy. I'm in good company. Yeah, we got other people there with me. That's fine. You know what I mean? But they call me crazy. You can't call everybody fucking crazy. So, yeah, I'd have seen all kind of shit. Experienced all kind of beings. I'd have been to hell. Astral projected there. It's not a place I want to go. Look, all that popping. Listen, one day this illusion fades. And all I can tell you is I wouldn't be going this hard if I ain't feel like not only I could help people that are here not go to hell. Okay? Also, I feel that somehow if I can prove, which I feel that I can, that we can get this realm back in order, maybe who's in there. So I guess they saying it's Paul due to poor connection. We've been on here this whole fucking time. I ain't had no poor connection, but as soon as I say I want to free the souls from hell, then we got a poor connection. No, that's a strong connection, right? I'm not working on just alleviating what's happening on the surface, okay? I want to bring that order to the whole of the realm, all right? So don't think I'm going for celebrity status for no reason, because we got to get y'all to decide to work with each other. You can't have a harmonic convergence without it. And I'm kind of telling you what's going on if you've been listening. I'm kind of telling you what we leading up to and what we building up to, because last time, you go look up when the last time they was able to do something like this, you'll understand what the event was that they did it with, and you will know when we're going to do it. You'll know it before I announce it. All right? Which means you'll be able to prepare yourself and look forward to it. But no, I've been there. So I heard a lot of people screaming down there. I heard them. I never said it was no fire. I didn't say nothing about no man with no pitchfork. All right? Only thing I described as far as the other beings was it was 12 beings that I felt. As soon as I went into that realm, 12 beings rushed in to grab me. I said, oh, bullshit. Bullshit. And I came back to my body. You with me? But I know that everybody talking about hell is just a state of mind, they wrong. And it's unfortunate. So you got to explain where all these demons coming from. Where they coming from? All these people that's being plagued by these demons, where they coming from? Then you got these people talking about demons is just parts of yourself. I think they infiltrated the conscious community to such a degree that it's like, and they knew what they was doing. The community that was supposed to be helping people finally come to that true light is the community that's keeping people away from the path of righteousness. I'm not confused about that because it's a fucking genius that is the jinns, and they know what they're doing. They're geniuses. They know what they're doing. And I know what I'm doing. So the goal is, it's on a whole different plane. I probably never even told y'all that. But we do have to consider that we have the opportunity to get this right. And we're going to. And we have to work to do whatever we can to get this right. Green light movement wasn't for, it's not no fucking, you know what I mean? It's not no commercial. I'm not selling green lights. I'm not asking anybody to donate so that I can get a green light and heal the world with it. No, this is me saying, who amongst you is willing? Because that's what a green light is about, willpower. You know what I mean? Who's willing to stand with each other in frequency, literally in frequency? You got a green light around you, then you right there with me. Don't y'all get it? You walk into your room and it's a green light, you with me. You where I am. Doesn't that make sense? People can be unified through song. People can be unified through prayer. You don't think people can be unified through frequencies and tones that show up as lights and colors in a reality that's all you've ever had? The color spectrum to be able to observe this reality. So anybody that got that green light, you already with me. You created a certain type of peace that's out here now. And they tried to make war with you. And you still stuck with it. I see everything. I see all of you. You know what I mean? We got to consider a whole different plane. So when you start coming together to sing together, all right, at the same times, for certain types of alignments, when you start coming together to put your tones together, they're going to hear and they're going to know at that time that you're in alignment. And when you're in alignment, the other planets, all right, which hold their own frequencies as their own points in this clock, which is this gear that's been turning, they're going to line up. It's going to happen. Now I got a minute left. And they're not letting me see no comments. It's all good, y'all. It's all good. Whatever you do, keep walking. Whatever you do, keep walking. Whatever it is, don't stop walking. Some of these things may have stood out to you more than others. Whatever it was that you need to hold on to that. This is not for nothing. All right? Keep walking. Don't ever stop. All right, I can't see y'all. They cut the comments. I love y'all. I'll talk to y'all soon. Peace in the land is truly wonderful.